Today's sponsor is Loot Crate. For less than $20 a month, Loot Crate gives the geek in you a special treat every month. Loot Crate is a subscription box service worth more than $40 worth of gamer, geek, and pop culture gear, collectibles, apparel, comics, etc. You get the idea, Jack. Delivered to your mailbox every month. This month's theme is time, and quite appropriately, as we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Back to the Future, in the month and year Marty McFly travels back to the future in Back to the Future Part 2. Crazy, I know, it's insane, whatever. The timeless appeal of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and the timey-wimey charm of Doctor Who. You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. to subscribe and receive that month's crate, and when the cutoff happens, that's it. It's over. So go to lootcrate.com/kindafunny and enter the code kindafunny to save $3 on your new subscription today. Today's episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to create a beautiful website, blog, or online store for you and your ideas. Squarespace features an elegant interface, beautiful templates, and incredible 24/7 customer support. Try Squarespace at squarespace.com and enter the offer code kindafunny at checkout to get 10% off. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the GameOverGreggy Show. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the producer/seducer, Nick Scarpino.
Oh, hold on. Let me adjust my new mic.
Your brand new microphone, you mean, that doesn't hide our face like everybody's talked about.
It smells good. I like the way they smell.
I don't like the way they smell. No.
I just like the way new foam smells.
New foam smells dope.
Kevin, have you smelled these yet?
Man. It's like
Kevin, come over
Kevin,
and smell
come
this
smell
mic.
Tim's microphone.
It's like in my face.
So a heads up that we're using the brand new mics that everybody wanted us to look better on camera. We're looking better on camera. How's it smell?
God, I hate you.
It smells like Tim's beard.
Kevin's beard touched my face. Like,
did it touch your face or your
it's
beard?
invasive.
Two beards can't occupy the same
No.
space. So we're using new microphones. So if the audio quality is a little not up to par as usual, it's because we're adjusting to them. Kevin's worried we're going to move our heads around the mics too much and never be there. I think the microphones are pretty. I mean, they
So based on the...
don't go under. No, nobody go this low. Grimecraft never go this low.
Okay.
But
I'll try it out now.
No, don't worry.
So I don't know a lot about mics, and luckily we have someone else on the show that probably does. But they always give you like the sort of picture of what the mic picks
the
up.
cardioid or whatever the fuck.
And I don't, it's like a cardioid heart, whatever. It always looks like a butt to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that you're supposed to put your nose right in the butt crack.
Yeah.
Right here.
I think they call it in the audio biz. They call it audio anus to nose.
They do actually. It's A to N.
Yeah.
Anus
A
to
to N,
nose.
yeah.
A to N.
I never knew what 8N stood for.
Over here, the
That's
Pier
good to
1,
know.
Tim Gettys.
Hello, guys.
And
I'm
today's
Tim
special
Gettys.
guest, the one and only Grimecraft.
Hi.
We've been waiting a long. Don't clap for yourself. That's bad form. We've been waiting a long time to get you on here.
Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah,
No,
finally.
move the microphone around with you.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah.
We just went through the whole thing
gotta
of how
do
the
this.
microphone works. Move Superman. Move this. Now there's 2 beers on the table.
Yeah.
Because you have an app that'll open these beers.
I do.
I don't believe it. I think you're just going to use your phone to open it. But go ahead.
Well, no, it's a special app. It's an old app, so you can only use it with the iPhone 4 and the iPhone 3. So it was made by Bottle Open and etc.
You're just making it up as you go.
No,
now.
I just
Fine,
I haven't
what
opened
does
in
it
a
do?
while.
What does
Hold
it do?
on.
Does it
Well,
use magnets?
Yeah, use magnets. You just got to open it, and then you tilt your phone in the proper direction, and then there you go. And then you close the app. And you got to make sure because it takes a lot
See, I knew that'd be
of
some-
battery.
I knew it'd be some bullshit.
That's some bullshit.
Does
Damn
it
it,
have to be
Grimecraft.
connected to Wi-Fi?
Yeah. It needs a Wi-Fi connection.
That's awesome.
Really
That's really
important.
that's
So what
that's
are you
really
just using the
impressive.
case? You're just using your case.
No, I'm using the app.
I hate you. Grimecraft, a lot of people probably, not a lot of people, some people don't know who you are. Who are you?
Who am I? I'm a guy with a lot of hair.
That's true.
That's number one.
Correction. You're a guy with great hair.
Great hair.
You're
I'm
a guy
guy
with a
I'm
lot of
man
guy,
with- man
as
with
far as
great
I'm
hair.
concerned.
Cheers.
We met you
drinking
at,
this show
at the
forever.
cheers.
Cheers to your
We met
bull.
you down in Plano, Texas, right?
Yeah.
You were on the plane ride with us over there. We started talking because you look like a fellow who was going to a video game and geek convention.
I gave him some of our snacks because
Yeah.
this is during the trip when we couldn't get any food.
Oh,
'cause we were
that's right.
trapped
That's
in
when
the
they were
plane.
trying to air conditioning us to death.
Yeah.
that was
They're
wicked.
smoking us out.
That was the last time we flew United. The last time ever.
Same. And I've been flying Virgin since. And
Yeah.
the last Virgin flight I was on, I saw you guys again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
But we went down there. We sat next to you. We became fast friends. We shared a ride together. We didn't pay for the ride. Screw Attack paid for
I don't
the
know
ride.
why
but
why did you need to put that
doesn't
footnote
really
in
need
there?
to. Well, no, I feel like I want to say we gave him a ride, but we didn't. We shared a ride together. Remember the people we kicked off the ride because of us?
Yeah, that was
Well, the Screw Attack VIP bus rolls up, and there's 2 people already on it. Then we got on, and they're like, "Oh, cool." And then the guy's like, "What are your names?" He's like, "All right, yeah, you guys are all on the list." And then he went on and kicked 2 people off the Screw Attack VIP bus because they weren't on the list. They just knew someone on the
Yeah.
list or
They're like, "We know
recognized the
John."
name of somebody on the
Yeah.
list.
Tim, how many times
bullshit.
have you tried to get into a place by just saying the words, "I know John. I'm a friend of John's"?
Oh, it's Mike. You always go with
Oh,
Mike.
it's Mike?
You know there's a Mike.
There's
there.
always a Mike.
Go get Mike. Just go get Mike. And they're like,
Shit, I gotta go get Mike.
There's
I'll
4
just let him
Mikes in
in.
the
I don't
room
want to
right
go
now.
get him. You usually get in.
That's smart.
Yeah.
But we met you down there, and you do lots of cool stuff. Explain what you do.
Okay.
I was waiting for him,
Yeah,
right?
I
'Cause
know,
Nick
right?
totally came
Let's
in. It's
let
like,
Nick
who is
describe.
Grimecraft? We know him from the plane. It's like, when are we gonna get back to what the real question
No,
is?
it's. I don't want to. I don't want
Kids
to
at
describe
home
it.
are
I ride a lot of-
Grimecraft,
he
like,
made-
all right, so he rides buses.
Well, aside from the.
So I ride a lot of planes and a lot
Right,
of
you do.
buses, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. So I will explain who you are.
I'm a
You are
music
musician.
producer.
You're a music
Yeah, I'm a
producer.
music
You're
producer,
a DJ. You host
DJ,
parties. You listen to our songs from all our stuff and say, "Hey, next time you guys want the hot shit, call me."
Yeah.
But yeah, you're basically an ultimate audio badass extraordinaire.
Yeah, pretty much. But specializing in video game stuff. And,
Right.
So I do remixes of video games. All of my original music is also pretty inspired or samples from video games. So I'm a big nerd. I'm a cool nerd or something.
No, you're very cool. You're a very cool nerd.
So that's what I do. I make music. I've been performing music for my entire life. I used to make video games too. I worked at Harmonix, which is the rock band studio.
Never heard of him.
Who are those guys? Yeah, their game's coming out soon. Which
Yeah?
is cool.
Did you know John Drake
I do.
before he sold out?
Yeah. I knew him before and after he sold out. But now he's here in the Bay Area.
You
so
know
I get
Eric
to see him.
Pope?
Yeah, I know all those
Fucking
guys.
sell out too.
Yeah. All these sellouts. Well, everyone
Greg?
left, you know. Everyone left.
Eric Pope's still there.
R.I.P.
Well, yeah.
Area left.
Lots of people left.
Yeah. But now
Anyways,
it's time
that's
for more
sad.
Harmonix.
Very
Yeah,
sad.
that was the show.
Yeah,
That's where I want to end it.
Yeah. See ya.
So now you make all this, but you're super popular is the thing. You know what I mean? Like you were just some nerd talking to us on the plane. You're like, oh, I've met you before, Greg. I'm like, cool, nerd.
Yeah.
I don't have time for you.
Yeah, actually, the first time you met me, you were very like that. I was actually.
I was not very like
no,
that.
you were. I like we were in line. I was like, oh, you're Greg Miller. Like, hi, like, I know you.
Yeah.
I work at Destructoid, and you were like, yeah, whatever. And I was like,
Well, that's
"Oh."
just because anybody who works at Destructoid gets that treatment.
Yeah, I worked there for a couple of months. That was kind of cool.
What did you do at Destructoid?
I did their music content curation, and I was also their merchandise manager.
Oh, awesome.
And that didn't last very long, but that was like my first post games thing. Was like, okay, I'm doing music, but I need something else that'll bring me some income. And
But now so music's full time for you now,
yeah,
right?
it's been over a year now of
That's
full time
awesome.
music.
You travel, you've been to Japan.
Yeah, I just came back.
You met the Pikachus
I met the Pikachus.
and all the costumes.
Yeah.
Good lord, I'm so jealous
Yeah,
of you.
went to the actual Pokemon Center. Hung out.
Did you see Nurse Joy?
What?
Was Nurse Joy at the Pokemon Center?
Oh, Nurse Joy was not there.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah. In
Yeah,
fact,
you'd think.
like I was a little disappointed by
Yeah.
it
Whatever.
because I've been trying to meet Nurse Joy for a minute.
For a minute.
If you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Game Over Greggy show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table. Each bring a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, head over to patreon.com/kindafunny where you can get the shows early. Or if you have no bucks to toss our way, head over to youtube.com/kindafunny where we put the show up topic by topic, day by day, until we post the entire thing as one big MP3 and video each and every Friday. Now, Grimecraft, you're the guest here.
Okay.
By the way, Colin Moriarty's still dead. Grimecraft, you're the guest here. So you get to go first.
I don't want to go first.
It's too bad. What topic did you bring us?
I didn't bring a topic. I told you guys about something, and you were like, "We're doing it."
Well, so when somebody
To be fair, that's more planning than usually goes into the show.
when someone comes to the Game Over Greggy show, it's never really stressed beforehand. Make a topic.
Yeah.
So they get here, and then we explain the show. And we're like, "You need a topic," and they're like, "Oh," and you're like, hey, "You sat around and bullshit. You watched us have a handyman through here, 15 packages. I made you a turkey sandwich. At no point did you think about your topic." And then you were like, "Oh, right, I need a topic." And I was like, "Well, what's going on in your life?" And the first thing you said was, I just got a medical marijuana license. And we're like, done. It's in. That's what we're talking about.
Bam, ship it. Yeah. Well, I guess we can talk about that.
So tell me all about it.
Well, you know,
I'm sure it's a rigorous process.
I mean, it's supposed to be, and
Yeah.
that's why I've actually avoided it for a long time because, you know, support local business. Drug dealers, the only way they can survive.
Yeah.
Illegal drugs can only survive because
If there's people there
Yeah.
illegally getting them.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, the fact of the matter is, if you start buying drugs legally, then it'll make the harder drugs that we all do on the weekend way harder to get, right? I mean, Greg likes his meth
yeah.
like no man's
doesn't?
business.
No problem.
Gives you a little pep,
Little
step.
pep.
Pep in your step.
I'm not meet and greeting for no reason here, all right?
Well, so obviously, you know, marijuana is a huge cultural thing right now. It's
Yeah.
legal in Colorado. How many states is it legal? 17 states now is legal or something like that?
Is it?
Something like that. It's I could be completely wrong.
17?
I think it was like two. Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking.
Isn't it? It's
Oh, maybe I was
Seattle
thinking-
and Colorado.
You're thinking
It's
of murder.
decriminalized.
I was thinking murder. No, because it's
It's decriminalized, I think, in many states and approved for medical use.
right.
And
I
think
this is where I get a little hazy because I think when I was watching the
pot.
no, because there's different legalities, right? And I think in I think in New Jersey or something like that. I think because I remember Chris Christie talking about it. It was like, well, you know, it's illegal, but it's not illegal. There's still the raging debate on the federal government versus the state government and whether or not they have the right to come in and you know kick the state to the curb when it comes to laws for this stuff. In California, you can get a miracle marijuana card.
A miracle
correct?
marijuana
A
card.
miracle marijuana card. However, it's still the federal government can still come and say, hey, you're not allowed to have that, right?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
So I can't take it on a plane. Ever.
Otherwise, the federal government's
Yeah,
right
they're
there,
like,
ready to snap it up.
Um,
All right, so what was the kicker? You said you've been supporting local business for a long,
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time.
So, well, I knew the process was always like a pain in the ass. Like I lived in Boston before, obviously, and like they had it there too. But one, they had no dispensaries, and two, the process took like up to a month. So I was
up to a month.
up to a
No,
month. That's
thank
a
you,
lot of
sir.
time. But I found out through a friend about a website, an app that's San
Is it like
Francisco-based.
your bottle opener app?
It's like no, but it's a real one. Ease.md, and it's easy. Obviously, you know they built that into the website and the name. And you go on there and you submit like you know your proof that you live in California and your license that says you're over 21 and blah blah blah. And then within 10 minutes you're in a virtual waiting room. So it's a little like illustrated picture of like you know outside the doctor's office, and I'm like.
Are there like highlights magazines? And
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. It looks like it looks sort of like that. And I'm like, okay, this is really funny.
And are you already high when you're doing this?
No. If I was, then I felt like I didn't know how serious it would be.
I was gonna say, please tell me your hair is like slicked back. You're in like a suit and tie, like sitting there.
I was
Like, I
sitting
have
on my
chronic
couch.
arthritis, sir.
No, but you know, as soon as it says your appointment's ready, I'm like, okay, and I click this thing, I enable Java or whatever, and my camera turns on, and it's like a little Skype call through my browser, and this guy with a haircut similar to both of you, with his
Wait,
headphones
you
in, he's
probably
like,
make it
hey, like blah blah blah, my name is so and so, like blah, 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 I'm a doctor, so what do you need? And I'm like,
That doesn't sound like a doctor at all.
I was like, man, this is the coolest doctor I've ever talked to. So I was, like, yeah, anxiety, etc., like trouble sleeping, like, yeah, like, and he's just like, oh, cool. So like, blah, blah, blah. And, it was 2 minutes maybe. He talked to me and he was like, all right, well, I deem you approved for this and I'm going to send you a PDF and I'm going to sign it and then you can use that anywhere. You could also use our website. I'm like, okay. And then it took me straight to their store where I am now like approved to use all the stuff, and then they have a delivery.
You're now like a
service.
featured member.
No, I'm not featured. I don't think they tell anybody who's a member, but you go there and it's like a little candy store online, and you just order it, and then within 10 minutes,
No way.
yeah, to my door was everything I ordered, and it was
Wait, in 10 minutes?
yeah. So within 30 minutes, I got my green card, and I got weed, and I was happy.
That's pretty
Wait, is
amazing.
it called a
Yeah.
green card? Is that a thing?
I mean, that's what I
Because
call
it's
it.
green.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry, Kevin. I don't want to be rude on my phone while we're talking. Can you look up how many states it's actually legal in versus getting a medical marijuana like
Look at how
license?
pissed off Kevin is, as if he has something better to do over there. You just sit there and sweat.
Yes, it matters. I want to know. I think
Such a piece
it's
of garbage.
fascinating.
All right, so you get it delivered to your door.
Yeah.
Does that guy show up in a lab coat and act like a doctor?
No. It
Act
was
like a
it was honestly
doctor.
almost like an Uber type person. He was like, "Oh, here you go." A little like medical bag. All the packaging is really like official looking, and it tells me exactly the THC amounts. And I'm not like a huge like smoker or anything. It was just like, man, this could be really convenient and I don't have to like hit up my bike messenger guy who like sometimes answers. You know, here it's just like, oh, I'm
may or may not
Yeah.
decide to shoot you.
yeah, exactly.
And because I have friends that smoke a lot of weed, and they're always like, "Oh no, my drug dealer's a really really nice guy." I'm like, "But yeah, but you started that sentence off with my drug dealer
Yeah.
is a really nice guy." And at any point, like Greg and I went and saw Black Mass last
Sure
weekend.
did. Loved it.
And there's a great scene, or about 50 of them, where everyone like people that are in the drug trade and any sort of criminal traffic just get their heads blown off. One particular, dude, the one where it's a quick shot of Alexander Skarsgård. It's not ruining the movie at all. It's just a quick shot to introduce his character, and he's a ridiculous drug addict, and he just blows his drug dealers' heads off, just like because he can't pay him. And so it's one of those things where I'm always like, I know that probably 98% of people out there that are slinging weed, as we say on the streets,
Slinging
right?
weed.
Are probably nice guys.
The
and
way
whatever.
you
There's
just said this was flipped, though.
slinging weed.
No, it was him killing the drug dealers.
Yeah, he killed the drug dealer. I'm just saying there's a lot of death that happens
Oh, okay.
when drugs are
Okay,
around, because
gotcha.
you never know. There's money involved,
Yeah.
and people get greedy or people get needy as far as that. You don't know if the guy that's dealing you weed is doing something harder that he needs money for, so maybe he robs you. You never know. These are all the thoughts that go through my brain. Greg's looking at me like I'm crazy. Like no one's ever gotten
it's
shot
so-
over drug money. Nick, you're insane.
Drug deals ever gone bad? What are you talking about?
But what's always fascinating to me is like these people come to your house and they know where you live. Like I would imagine at first I'd be like, no, we need to meet in like a neutral place where I can come. And then eventually I just get so fucking lazy. I would probably text them and they just come over and like hang out. And I'd be like, you gotta leave. Like it's like Pineapple Express where it's like, all right, dude, I'm gonna go. And like, oh, hang out with me, whatever. So
Kevin's got stats.
Kev, what are the stats?
23 states.
23 states.
And the District of Columbia have legalized marijuana in some form.
Okay.
Some form. Okay, so you can get it
4 states have legalized it for recreational use.
across the board. So
that's
you can just go buy it, whatever. You're good to go. Interesting. Okay.
Colorado.
Seattle,
Alaska. Oregon.
That's not
Alaska.
That's not
Well, come on, it's Alaska. It's like
Yeah.
you gotta have something.
Anything
What
to
else are
keep
you
the
gonna
gun
do
out of
there?
their mouths in
Yeah.
Alaska.
So Alaska. What was the other one?
Oregon.
Oregon.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay.
You know,
Thanks,
that
Kev. Good job.
That was kind of interesting.
It's also not taxed there.
Thing about Seattle and PAX. I don't know if you guys you were at PAX.
We were there.
We
Yeah.
were
There.
there.
But I was
Uh,
so
like
high the
horribly
whole
sick.
time. I have no idea
Well,
what
that
happened.
bus just pulled up and they were just selling weed.
Oh, really? I didn't see
Yeah,
that. That's
there was
awesome.
a bus just selling weed and like
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah.
See, that's the thing it's so fucked up, this whole like difference, right? Of like, I think obviously weed should be legal everywhere and all these different things. And like what you're talking about, and the fact of like, and I'm like kind of laughing off, but yeah, kind of. But it's like, because there's just like this, the different stratospheres of drug dealers. Whereas like the people I know who do weed, this guy is who do the HTC, right? And
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
their drug
totally.
dealers are just like normal people who deal a little weed on the side. But then I'm sure there are the real hard drug dealers who do it, have that, but they're also selling heroin and all this other shit. You know what I mean? Like to get
Yeah.
sucked into this horrible element because you just want to get high on a joint.
Well, I mean, are you guys watching Narcos at all?
No.
No.
Okay, so it's a great show on Netflix about the drug trade. Well, historically, one of the biggest historic figures in the drug trade, Pablo Escobar, and how he went. They all went from weed to coke because coke's just a lot more
Cocaine,
money.
the
step.
A lot more money. And one of the interesting things was and a lot of that's mirrored in a documentary called Cocaine Cowboys. I think there's like 3 of them, like updates to it. But one of the things that was the deciding factor was they started flying the stuff in, and they were like, well, we only have so much space, and so a kilo of coke takes up just as much as a kilo of weed, but it's worth like
95
thousands of dollars more. And so that's how that kind of got started. Plus, it's a lot easier and it's a lot more addictive also. It's dangerous. You don't know. And I have friends in the past that have solely dealt in marijuana, but things grow and greed grows, and you never know if people are going to be like, well, I kind of want to
Sure.
make a little bit more money. Maybe I want a cooler car or whatever. So I'll start slinging like coke because that's the natural step. It is. I mean, if you have friends that do that stuff, they call it a gateway drug, and I don't necessarily believe that, but to each his
It's
own.
a gateway drug dealer.
Drug.
It might very well
Yeah.
be.
It's like when you're selling M&Ms as a kid, you're like, I could sell other things.
Yeah, like peanut
Skittles.
M&Ms.
Yeah. I'm expanding my inventory.
Now we have
Did
Christy.
you ever have that friend that would bring stuff in and try to have that trade? Was that you, Tim?
Oh, yeah, that was me. That was definitely Kevin.
Was it Kevin?
Holy shit. Kevin was the guy going to Costco buying water bottles, going down to Pier 39 on like
I made
the
so
4th
much
of
money.
July and just selling water bottles
What'd
for
you sell 'em
way
for?
too much money.
$1. So that's the thing. You don't sell them for much.
Yeah, because you buy the whole case for $5.
The whole case costs
Yeah.
$5. And there's 32 waters in them.
Yeah, that's better.
It's like
than
a
doing
$100
drugs.
profit.
Yeah.
So how many cases would you sell on an average day? 8 cases. Kevin knows how to make money. Kevin
He
talked
does.
to us a little bit about these Disney
Yeah.
dolls. that
I
he
can't
did.
believe you fucked up this Disney You bungled
fuck
this
up.
Disney doll purchase this badly.
I
Kevin
mean, it
made.
worked. I mean, I ended up profiting. We were
No,
fine.
he said you barely broke even.
He said
at
you,
cost.
No,
you got your
no,
margins.
no.
You covered your margins.
No, bullshit. Bullshit. I totally profited. Yeah.
We'll have to.
No,
you know
I
what?
profited hundreds of dollars on this.
We'll have
So barely broke even. Yeah, I didn't make whatever the hell you made, but like,
Thousands.
yeah, because you ripped off Disney.
Hey,
They fucked up.
that's
So,
on them.
They fucked up.
That's on them.
Grime. So since you're sort of uninitiated to this group, you've only been on the fringe.
He's been in the kitchen long enough to see what this is like.
Tim and Kevin are very smart human beings, and in that regard, they like to scheme a little bit, not in any sort of illegal way that I know of.
But in an evil eBay kind of way.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I know that this thing is going to be wildly addictive for people. They're going to want it. They're going to need it. Their kids are going to want it. So I'm going to buy as many. I'm going to figure out how many I can buy right now, and then the optimal time to sell it to them at 800 times the cost and make a profit on it. It takes a lot of energy, but to be fair, these guys are the best at it. I've never
Best
seen
in the
people
biz.
better.
That's why I don't have
It's
any.
you guys
Give
are
it up
Gordon
on that
Gekko.
game though. Yeah, the amiibo. Like, I saw that happen. I can't. I'm a grown.
You could have though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. Here's the thing.
It's dangerous.
I could be a very different person right now.
The hard thing is,
I could have this collection of amiibos. You guys are like, what? It's so funny because this is such a segue with the drug deals. Like, this is like, it really
Amiibos
is.
are drugs.
Yeah. Amiibos
absolutely.
are. It's what you go weed and then you go cocaine and then you go Ness amiibos.
do you have now? Do you crush up the Ness amiibo and like put it up your ass, or like, what do you
Honestly,
do with it?
I don't know. I just
I don't- is that
supply.
how
I
drugs
don't
are
like
done,
what I
Kevin?
do with it. Isn't really my forte, but people out there
You're
know.
just you're
Zyger
just the
knows.
pusher.
Yeah.
Well, Zyger knows for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The amiibo pusher.
You don't get high on your own supply.
So okay. Now, is there an app to get weed delivered to your house yet?
It got taken down from the App Store pretty quickly.
Oh really? But there was one.
Apple was like, yeah.
So okay. But this obviously makes life a lot easier for you, right? What I mean, was there a stress?
There was never really a stress, honestly. Like,
Was it dead drops and shit before?
No,
You're
it
like,
was just like
Were
a
you
lot
doing
of times.
like? Did you have a chalk and did you have to draw an X?
No, it was
a
just.
bench?
It was honestly the first time I ran out of weed in San Francisco. Because usually I'll go and DJ a show, and someone will just give me weed.
Yeah.
That's the, like it's like
Because
almost
you're-
the
Here's a
yeah.
tip,
You're a
man.
DJ. Here's thanks. Here's a bunch of weed. Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it was
Freedom.
like kind of the first time I was like out, and I was like,
I need to DJ.
what do I
more.
do? Yeah.
I need to get a job. I need to get booked immediately.
Yeah, so I just I actually the first thing I did was hit up the guy who I would buy weed from when I'd visit San Francisco, who was a bike messenger, and he didn't hit me back, and I was like, well, I guess this is the time to do the thing that my friend
Time to
told me
become
about.
an adult.
Yeah, become an adult and get on the internet and make shit happen.
That's
like
Gotta
all
do
of us
my
do.
interview with my doctor.
yeah. That's so weird. That it's it's just so fucking stupid. You have to jump through these hoops still, though.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean, the hoop was not.
Well, I know, but I mean, just like the illusion of a hoop. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you have
It was
to
the
go talk
best
to this
hoop.
guy.
I mean, it was also like usually you pay like $100 to see a doctor to get a recommendation.
Right.
This was $25.
I always looked at it in the same vein as like you can't get your car smog checked no matter, and it's like gonna cost you way too much. You got to take it to that place. You know what I mean? Did you guys ever have to do that? Where you're like, I got to take it to the guy that my friend knows. It's like you give me like $300, $200, whatever, and I'll pass it for you. I always looked at it like that. Like you have to go to the one doctor, and like your copay all of a sudden is like $300.
Yeah.
You're sliding them under the table. You may have to do a sexual favor with your mouth.
How?
But then you get your
get
clean
what you
card.
want.
Yeah, you get what you want. But it sounds like you were just like, no, it's like 3 boxes checked online, and
Yeah,
then
I was like-
a giant knapsack of weed came.
And I mean,
out of
I
the
mean
house.
this in the best way possible. If I was a doctor and you came up on Skype, I would like. It would definitely be like, am I being judgy? Yeah, but
They call that racial
The only way it
profiling.
could better be is like the doctor's like looking on his side before he hits accept. He's like, all right, suffering from social anxiety. Name's Clark. Hits the go button. It's just him DJing. He's like talking to him at the same time. Like, what's up? At this giant party,
They
like
just
fucking
like giant weed. Like
I mean,
J's are going into his mouth.
I'd hate to be that guy, but I actually used to be that white kid with dreads also. Like when I was like
we know.
16.
I need to see pictures.
Oh
of
my
this.
God, no, you
That's
don't.
amazing.
It's I mean, it's kind of amazing, but it's also pretty embarrassing.
Good.
I don't want to do that. every
That's
day.
the way you have to live your life, though.
Yeah,
Between the two of you guys when you were younger,
Yeah.
you looked exactly like
Yeah,
8
we
Mile.
could have been a fucking thing.
Eminem and
He looked like-
Kai
he looked like
Pfeiffer
Eminem.
from 8 Mile.
Okay. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, are we?
On
Oh,
my ID.
oh you
It's
have.
changed. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's amazing.
Wow.
So we could have been like a white boy band
That
rap
could have
group.
been. Yeah, you're like all the stages of Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah, I don't know when I had
You're
what
right.
right. Yeah.
Between us?
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. That's what I do. Give me a
Holy
pound.
shit.
This
Yeah.
ain't my first fucking game over Greggy
Yeah.
show. No, when I had cancer, that was the one of the upsides of it. I was like, well, I told the doctor, I'm like, at least I can get medical marijuana now, right? And he's like, I can't legally tell you can, but what I can do, he took his little prescription pad and he just wrote a note that said, Greg Miller is suffering from Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, and gave it to me. And he's like, this will work. You can go get him. And I'm like, all right, thanks.
Sweet.
And I never did.
No, you
Because like
should've.
I had so many other problems then, but I still have it on my nightstand. I'm gonna eventually get it framed. I want to hang it somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's just this little thing because it's just like such a weird.
Such a
little
great
note.
thing to get framed, Greg Miller.
Well, it's just like I can't legally say you can go get medical marijuana.
You
but I
need to
can
have
give
him go
this.
back and change it to had.
Well, no, because it's just
Keep it to
it's,
be
it's a
cute,
moment in time.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how tenses work.
But see, isn't that weird though? Like there have been numerous studies that show that marijuana will ease those symptoms
Yeah.
that you're having, and
They literally said it'll cure your
You're-
cancer if you can get this.
it'll cure your
Fuck, all
cancer.
right.
Well, that would be pretty amazing. No, but isn't that ridiculous that your doctor could have prescribed you something that potentially could have helped you with the pain or helped you with the nausea or some of the symptoms of your treatments, and he can't legally tell you to do that? It's just weird. I don't want to get.
weird, yeah.
I don't want to get on the
Yeah, why we never
the
got a
legalized
soapbox
marijuana
here.
train because I'm not one for smoking all that much, unless it's cigarettes, which are 100% legal and way worse for you. But it's just weird, man. We're in such an interesting time right now. We've just seen gay marriage be legalized, and we're in the process of seeing the decriminalization of some of these lower drugs, and eventually we'll probably get to a place where I would imagine our society will decriminalize some of the harder drugs too, right, Kevin? What do you think? Kevin's just doing. You can't see him right now, but he's doing
Kevin's
like
riding the snake over there.
he's chasing the dragon. No, I'm sorry. What's the correct parlance for
Chasing the
hardcore
dragon's right. Chasing the
heroin
dragon's right.
abuse? That Kevin went like this.
We- they-
He basically went like this.
They used to call him Kevin 8-Ball Coelho.
Yeah.
They still call him the
do.
Kevin A. Balquella.
Yeah, but now it's more of a visual thing than
Yeah,
a.
because he paints his stomach black and puts an 8 on it.
And he just likes to roll around and Muay Thai knee kick
right.
lights. Yeah, it's just very weird. It'll be interesting to see where that
I can't wait
that
for-
is in 10 years.
Yeah, I can't wait for pot to be legal everywhere. Stupid that it isn't, because it's scary. I didn't do pot for the longest time. I didn't do the pot.
No, I don't think anyone's done pot. You smoke pot.
I
You're
didn't
not
do
doing
the
it
pot.
right.
Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. I guess you can do
Because back in
edibles.
Illinois, you got
can do
drug tested
edibles.
all the time. I
Edibles are
remember
never a good time.
I got drug tested in Missouri and Illinois all the time for jobs or whatever.
Yeah.
And when I moved to California for IGN, I was talking to a coworker there who smoked a lot, and he's like, "Do you want to try this?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to try this." And he's like, "Why not?" And I'm like, "Well, I got nothing against marijuana. I just don't want anything traceable in my hair." And like they do a drug test. He's like, "Did they make you take a drug test when you took this job?" And I'm like, "No, they didn't." He's like, "They don't do that here. This does not. That doesn't happen in
it
California."
Welcome to
does.
California.
No, it definitely does, but maybe not for like for IGN.
Hip
but,
website. Well, he was talking about California in general, and but specifically
Yeah.
a job we did have. Yeah.
But because California, definitely you have to, because this person I know who won't be named needed to do it, and it was like a situation where he never had a job, and like him getting this opportunity was crazy,
Yeah.
and everyone was really excited, so he needed someone to pee in a cup.
You did it.
I mean, I'm not
Fuck yeah,
saying
you
that I
did.
did do
Yeah,
it,
you
but
did.
like I'm not the type of
Did you
person
do the thing
that
where-
wouldn't pee in a cup if someone asked me to pee in a cup.
Did you
at
give
any
him like a
moment.
false dick and then have him? Go
No,
in there?
so it was actually like real talk. This is probably the most horrifying thing that I
Oh,
ever
you
did.
peed in his mouth and he walked in with it in his mouth and spit it in a cup?
Did you pee into his penis?
No, didn't do that.
Did you have to
Um,
pee
Tape a
into
bag
his
of
hole?
pee
But
on
I
the-
had to go in pretending I was him
Whoa!
because it was to a different place.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I would have had
Hypothetically,
To
if you were,
Hypothetically
if you were
do this.
gonna,
If I
and
was
that-
gonna do this, I would have went to the place, which is a totally different place than he works, obviously,
sure.
and go through the
Please
whole
tell me
process,
it was one of your friends who is of Chinese descent.
His name was Barack
Hi.
Obama.
pretending to be this person, and I had to pee, and I was so scared. Can you imagine me doing that?
No.
Like
I
it was-
can actually.
No,
I can't. And here's why: because out of all of our little crew, of course, Grime notwithstanding, if I needed someone, if I was like, holy shit, someone's going to test me for anabolic steroids,
Yeah.
and I just started using them, I would go to you first, probably.
started using
Oh, it'd be hard though.
We'd figure it out.
You
Here's
guys,
the
I
thing.
would go to both you guys at the same time.
No,
I
you
would
go
sit
to
you down,
me,
get you Starbucks.
and I would talk it over with
Right.
Kevin. We'd come up with the plan and then act on it.
So did you like memorize
Because
any of
Kevin
his
could,
information
you
and
could,
shit?
we
Were you
could be
I mean, I'm-
like,
interchangeable.
social security number is.
I'm quite
You could go
familiar
in
with
as
him,
me.
so
Okay,
like
okay.
I knew how to handle all this stuff.
So it was Kiernan.
No,
It was Greg.
no. But so I had to do some stuff, and it was horrifying.
Yeah.
And then, can you
Like all the sweat.
go
pouring.
wait for 5 minutes? And I'm like,
They're on to
Why did
me.
he say Why did he pause like that? I'm just freaking the fuck out. But it ended up being totally fine. He had the job. Everything was great. And no one ever questioned my pee.
That man, Mayor Ed Lee.
There is another story, though. My other friends had a similar thing where they had to fake the drug test thing and all this because two separate people were trying to get a job and needed this whole thing. But he didn't know he was being drug tested. So he went in. And they're like, oh, we're gonna go through all this paperwork, and then we're gonna have you pee and do the whole thing, like whatever, blah blah blah.
what?
Is that cool? And he's just like, oh yeah. Text me and my friend said, guys, I'm really fucked. I'm so fucked right now. They're about to test me.
I'm on shrooms right
no,
now.
no, but he's like, I
Molly's
smoked a couple
kicking in.
nights ago. Like
Just
it's
seeing color.
definitely in my system. He's like, I need to fix this. Like, I don't know what to do. And then one of my friends responds like, okay, I'm gonna be there very, very quickly. I'll pee. And we'll put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yep.
And he was just like, all right. I mean, I think that'll work. He's like, wait, fuck. But the pee needs to be warm. If it's not warm, they're going to know. And he's just like, fuck, how do we make it warm? He's like, all right, here's the thing.
Pee in my mouth.
We're going to pee. We're going to pee into the thing. When you drive over, put it next to the heater thing.
heater.
And like, just hold it against it. And so they did that. And he's like, but then what about like when it actually gets there? I can't just walk in with a Ziploc bag. He's like, all right, shit. Bring tape. We're going to tape it into my leg. We'll tape it up near my groin. And I'm just going to stand really close to it. Like keeps it hot like a chicken. Like trying to keep
Like
it
an egg.
hot.
Yeah.
And so he went through this whole process and it worked. I don't know how the hell this all worked, but it worked. It totally worked.
I mean, I would be
That
interested to
man
see
was Captain Sully Sullenberger.
United Flight 1. No. I would be interested to see, like, well, for one, like I have friends that are firefighters. So my brother-in-law's a firefighter. He can't do any of that stuff. Not that he would anyway, but he was like, no, I can't come close to any of that because they randomly drug test them. Rightfully, probably so, since he's been on like 3 weeks fighting that fire up there, 24-hour shifts. So he probably has to be able to focus.
See, I would go the opposite way of like 3 weeks fighting a fire, you're allowed to smoke some weed. And whatever keeps you from taking your
Fight
axe to your
fire
wife.
with fire.
Yeah, I mean, they have.
You want to see Smokey the Bear, man?
Like, guys, we just put the fire out. Let's start another one. Woo! But yeah, it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see like what they actually test for, because I wonder if they looked at the fine print to see if they actually are just testing for like hard substances. Because a lot of these places, I bet, would be like, don't even test for marijuana, especially in California.
Well, this is the thing with like the NFL, right? Where like now you have these teams that are set up in states where pot is legal, but the NFL's like still has that blanket ban or whatever. That if you offend, you get more time off of playing the game than the guy who beat
And
a
that's
woman.
dumb. And that's dumb because weed is not going to make you good at sports.
Well,
Oh, you want a deterrent to being good? All right, you're just stacking the deck against you. I like it.
And he threw the ball the wrong direction.
he just puts the ball down. And
He
starts
dropped the
eating
ball.
Doritos. Yeah, in fighting, they apparently they just passed a new law that was talking about they don't test for it up until the day before the fight. So you're allowed to use it in training.
Oh, okay.
They just don't want you to be fighting high, I guess. And I
Sure.
could be getting that wrong, but
You won't know when to tap out anymore.
I don't know. I mean,
sounds about right.
there's a lot of like I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan. Obviously, he just had the guy on that was talking about or that was part of the team that got Lance Armstrong on like on
Got him.
blood doping.
Ken Starr, I believe.
And so they're trying to do that with UFC, where they're trying to crack down a little bit more on obviously steroid use.
Gotcha.
But when there's a lot of guys that if you're fighting, you might want to smoke as well, just to kind of relieve some of the tension. So a lot of the fighters apparently smoke.
Bring
as
down your
well.
brain swelling.
I mean, our lives we have a lot of very physically active lives. I think we should all take it up because
Smoking weed?
yeah.
We should have like 420, man. Stop what we're
420
doing.
stream.
Yeah.
Poor Kevin
might be
can't.
back.
Kevin can't. Even,
You're the only one with a card. You're bringing it back.
Sick.
Kevin can't even get us in this room all together when we're supposed to be here at 1 o'clock.
I
Let
know,
alone
I know,
like
right?
all the stop what we're doing at 4:20 and be like, well, let's spark up a doobie. I'm my parents now. Who would like to smoke some marijuana?
I'm the one talking about doing the pot, so I don't think you have to worry too much
Well,
about it.
I don't get my drug references all that well either.
It's
but-
okay.
Well, congratulations, Grimecraft.
Congratulations, Grimy.
They've made
It made life a lot
relaxing a lot more relaxing.
Round of applause for
the good
marijuana and
people
grime
of
crap. I forgot when we went through who you were in the beginning. We didn't say, of course, that you're the man who brought Sus and Lit into our life.
I am.
So I want to thank you for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
We'll get to that.
I know we're gonna talk about that later, but just for everybody who just watched this topic is like, I'm never watching another Kind of Funny video. I just wanted them to know. And you have a Patreon and everything too.
I
right?
do, yeah. Patreon, Twitch, all that stuff, YouTube.
What are the
Slash
what are
It's
Grimecraft.
anything.com/Grimecraft.
anything.com/Grimecraft.
And
There you
if
go.
you actually went to, like, if you typed in anything.com/Grimecraft, I don't think that would be me. But,
Oh, okay.
But any, website,
like Facebook.
like Facebook, YouTube.
Gotcha. Are you on
Twitch.
Hello?
Oh, I thought it was
LO.
literally
I'm on
anything.com.
LO. I
I was
am
like, you got anything.com?
JuicyJ on
Yeah, that'd
LO.
be pretty
Juicy
cool.
J.
It's a dope ass. Could you not get
Kevin, get on it.
Grimecraft.com?
I got Grimecraft, but I
Okay.
also got JuicyJ and Avicii and a bunch of like stupid. Because when all these new
Wait, you own JuicyJ.com?
no, JuicyJ's LO account.
Oh.
So when all these stupid new sites launch, I just pick like the names that like maybe if this gets popular,
These people
they'll
pay me for
Yeah.
this. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
what? That's an asshole.
That's a
like I
scheming.
would do.
That's a scheming move
But
for
it's always
sure.
these sites that like die. Like LO was like popular for a week, and people were like, "Fuck Facebook!" Like LO's the future, and then a week later, like no one cared. Same with
There
this
was that.
thing
And there was
called-
Medium. Do you remember Medium?
No.
It was
Show
like-
Medium with the
No,
blonde woman.
That was an amazing show. No, there was something Medium. It was like it's Twitter owned, but it's like Tumblr. It's like a blog site, so you can write more and then link to it. I don't know. I didn't get it. I got my name on that, and I was like, oh, this means it's not gonna be popular.
Yeah.
If I can get my fucking name, that means it's
with
not
no
popular.
underscore.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Stupid
tough
underscore.
time to launch a new social media kind of
Yeah,
thing.
trust us. Launching Kind of Funny was the most surprising thing that ever happened in the history of life.
Yeah.
How the fuck did
It's-
we get? And we didn't even get it everywhere, but we even got how do we get kindoffunny.com?
That was interesting. That was the
Because no one wants to be kind of funny.
I don't know.
We
man.
do. Set the expectations right there.
Was reallyfunny.com taken?
No, we didn't want that as too high an expectation.
Yeah,
Because
but-
then motherfuckers are gonna show up. This is
Can we
really
go to that
funny.
website to see like how unfunny that guy is?
I know, right? It's probably just one dude.
He's like,
he thinks he's.
I'm a stand-up comedian.
What's the deal with chickens? No.
Well, no, I mean,
I
would
want to
fit-
watch you smoke weed because you
Bye.
make yourself laugh more than anyone I've ever met, and I want to just see you go into a coma laughing
when I
so
when I
hard.
finally gave in and tried the weed, as
Yeah.
they say, it was
Yeah.
it was the first three were all misfires, didn't get high, nothing happened
Yeah,
or
they
whatever,
say
and then
that.
that fourth time was when it all hit me like a dump truck.
And you laughed
Exactly,
forever.
we were laying there, we were watching Dazed and Confused, which is just a great movie in general,
kinda
but
perfect.
in one of my favorite movies. And then I was watching, I was like, oh, this is what being high is like, and then I just giggled a lot at the movie. Yeah.
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 I've only tried it a very limited amount of times, and every time it is the worst experience of my life. Like,
That's
I think there's been like 4 times, and each one somehow worse than the last. I keep being like, next time I'm gonna get it. I want to get it. I want to understand.
I guess
'Cause
I saw the fourth time then.
people are just like, it's so it's relaxing and it's awesome. You just kind of think and you can focus. And I'm like, all right, I like those things.
I
And
love
then,
thinking and focusing.
Hell no, that is not what happens to me. I get super paranoid. I think that like I'm way too loud and talk too much,
It's-
so I'm just dead silent. I feel like people are trying to kill me.
It's
It once
because-
happened to me when I was having sex with somebody, and it freaked me the fuck out. And like I ended up not knowing who they were for a second. I'm like, holy shit!
Wait, whoa.
I should start smoking weed.
How does that happen? So you're mid coitus, and you're all of a sudden like, who is this?
Yeah, this person who I know very close with. I know this person, and
I should hope so, Tim.
yeah, no, but I'm just saying it's not like I didn't know who. Like it wasn't some random person.
No, we're aware of what you're saying. You forgot
okay,
mid-sex
okay.
who somebody was.
Yeah, well, yeah. So she gets me to. She's like, "Oh, we should try it." I'm like, "All right, cool." Like I was totally down. Try it. What I didn't expect is as soon as it, like as we did it, because okay, she was like, "All right, I've heard your stories about it not working for you. You're only gonna do one hit, just one." I'm like, "All right, like let's keep it that. Don't let me do more than one. I do one immediately." I'm like, "I don't feel anything." She's like,
A mistake.
"Don't do another." I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna do one more." She's like, "No, don't do another." I'm like, "No, I'm good." So I did, and then immediately after that, she like looks at me and she's like, "Let's have sex." I'm like, I've never froze that much in my life. I'm not gonna not do it.
Did the whole like
Right?
axis of the earth just like shift
Oh,
and start going wobble
No,
vision
everything
and
just
stuff?
kind of was like, it was really weird. So things start, and I've never been just lost in my entire life. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Well,
I was
that's just
like,
me and sex
Is
and
this
shop.
even working? Like, am I hard right now? I don't even know. I remember putting my hand down at one point. I'm like, no, okay, I'm hard. And I was like, am I doing anything right? And then, it was not fun. This sounds funny at the time.
Of course it wasn't funny
was
then.
Horrifying.
But the idea of you sitting there with an erection going, am I hard? Yeah, I'm hard.
Yeah, I'm hard. I was like,
Then she's just like
"Holy
staring at you like, why is he petting his dick like Portillo?
The worst part though is like it felt like forever. Like I thought it was going on for like 10 years.
It was 2 minutes.
And it's like but it's like it wasn't enjoyable. Like it was just
Oh,
scary.
yeah.
Because then it reached a point where I'm like, who the fuck is this person? And oh my God. Why do people do this?
Well, I think many people have that reaction to weed.
Yeah.
You know,
I
to
think it
certain
was
strains, they do.
so bad. Although there is a saving grace to this story.
You were having sex.
There is that. But afterwards, she realized that I was like tripping balls. And she was very, very cool about it. And she was like, Tim, this is okay. You just need to calm down. I promise you that within an hour, you're going to be totally fine. You can trust this. Everything's fine. And I like.
Meanwhile, you're like
believed her.
eating a cat.
No, but I believed her more than anything. I was like, oh shit, you're right. You're right. I can trust you. I know who you are now. This is great. And she's like, we're just going to watch a movie. And by the time the movie's over, you'll be fine. And I was like, okay. She's like, what do you want to watch? Hook. She's like,
You just out of the blue or hook?
very specific and a very quick answer. But I wanted to watch Hook. She got me hooked. We watched Hook. I was fine.
All right.
Hook is pretty
there you
trippy
go.
though. Hook has got some weird moments.
Yeah, they're eating visible food.
Oh my god.
They like will to be there. I've tried that so many times as a child.
And the weird like mermaid kind of like sexual scene where they're like, feeling up Robin Williams or whatever. Like it's really weird.
That one I'm lost at. I don't know.
Okay, that's all I remember. Like they're underwater and there's a bunch of mermaids and they're like touching them. And he's just like,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant the kids were underwater
Yeah,
with
no,
Robin
no,
Williams
no.
touching them.
No, that's if Michael Jackson started.
Oh,
Ace.
Both of those big names in that story were dead.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
Yes.
2015.
Rufio's alive.
Yeah. We love Rufio.
What's
He's
he
coming
do?
on the show eventually.
Really?
So he says. Travis Willingham's always saying he's talking me up.
You know him.
Yeah, he's a voice actor now.
Sweet.
When I met him last time, he was at a party and he had silver all over his face because it was a crazy party.
Or
Things
because
happen.
he's Rufio.
Or
Yeah,
because
right.
he's Rufio.
One or the other.
He's like cyborg Rufio now. Topic.
Yo!
My topic is pulled from the headlines. It's like a Law and Order SVU. This is a big headline going on right now, and we need to talk about it. It gets worse every year.
Yes.
I want to talk about pumpkin spice.
Ooh, okay.
Specifically, I love pumpkin spice, and I try not to be hipster about a lot of things. I've liked a lot of things longer than they've been in vogue, right? I like my darkroom glasses since Revenge of the Nerds. Not when Weezer brought them back around and everything else, right? But I love Weezer, so I'm not mad about that comparison. But pumpkin spice, I've been a fan of before it was fucking everywhere. And yesterday I went to the store, walked in, got a pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks. I bought pumpkin spice yogurt. I bought pumpkin spice Oreos. I bought something. I buy if it's pumpkin spice, I'm gonna fucking buy it, and I love it. But the problem is, as soon as I ordered the pumpkin spice latte, Christine goes, "We just need to get you some mugs, and you'll be a basic bitch." And I was like, "Damn, Christine."
And
Like-
a North Face.
And a North Face, yeah, yeah, exactly. And
And
the
some
yoga tights. But that was my thing. I was just like, now pumpkin spice, the tables are turning on pumpkin spice, and I don't like it. Because I don't want people to be afraid of pumpkin spice. And when I say people, I mean people making products. I'd like to see us bite down and commit to
I
pumpkin
don't
spice.
think that's how it works, though, Greg. That means that it won. Like when the basics are buying it,
Yeah.
that means no one's going to stop. It will
Okay.
be everywhere.
But I don't like that now people are talking shit on pumpkin
Yeah,
spice.
Well, it's
Fuck
always
them.
been kind of See, the reason the basics, as you would say, and that's exactly how I would put it as
Yeah.
well. Like it.
You
is
should have
because
totally worn
it's-
like a suit and tie. Now you're giving like we need a whiteboard behind you and a marker. Grimecraft explains life.
But because the reason they like it is it's because that's as edgy as they can get. The pumpkin spice is the most extreme, the most out of the basicness. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do something wild today. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a pumpkin spice latte, not just a mocha frappuccino.
So your theory, we'll call it,
Yes.
is that they live the normal life 6 out of the 7 days a
Yep.
week.
Oh,
And
until
then on
fall.
and then it comes to like
Till the fall.
and then it's Friday night and it's just like,
Let your hair down.
let's take the pants off
Put
and
the
let's
leggings
make
on.
the babies.
Put the leggings.
Put the leggings on. No, I mean you're spot on. I see this all the time. But people just get caught up to it. I'm not going to criticize people for liking the pumpkin
Thank you.
spice, and here's why: because I like the pumpkin pie, and I also like the Cadbury egg, but we won't get into that.
Cadbury eggs suck.
That's
We're not
Save it
gonna.
for
That's
the
why I
Easter
said we won't get into that.
Save it for the Easter show.
But I always wonder, is it so special because they limit it? Of course it is, right? They create that artificial demand for it every year, all year long, and then you go to Starbucks and you're like, wait a minute, did someone
It's back,
draw
PSL.
a clever chalk drawing of a pumpkin? Does that mean pumpkin spice is here? And then I get a little excited when I see that. I get a little excited when I see the fall cups at Starbucks as well, because fall is my favorite. It's got all my holidays that I like in it, right?
Yep.
I love the Thanksgiving, love the Halloween, and it's a build up to Christmas. Not my favorite Christmas. Thanksgiving, I think, is my favorite.
Halloween's the best.
Yeah,
Halloween's
ginger,
amazing.
no one fucks with ginger spice. Wait, is that what?
The
Is,
Spice Girl?
no,
You mean for
everyone
like-
fucks? Or no, the actual
Yeah.
Starbucks. They have gingerbread lattes.
They have the
Oh, I don't like the gingerbread.
lattes.
No, but see, here's the thing: they do something smart where for the Christmas whatever they have gingerbread, but then they also have the I forgot what it is, but there's another. They do 2. It's not just one.
Wait, it's like a mint.
And what
one?
They did a
the
salt-
mint one. The mint one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I fucking love that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, it's. Do you remember when they did the drinking chocolate? Do you guys remember this phenomenon? You may not have gotten
this
it because
real?
it came and went. It came and went very, very fast. Everyone picked up. They were like, "Oh, this is gonna be the new thing." And for the holidays, they did drinking chocolate, which was hot chocolate, but without the milk. Basically, it was just
Thick.
like liquid chocolate.
Sounds like something Kevin would like.
This sounds awesome.
And they didn't give it to you in a very big. It was like the biggest you
Yeah.
could get was here because it was,
Death.
your entire
Diabetes.
year's worth of sugar that you needed in one small
God.
cup. Well, my wife and I we got one time, and I couldn't finish. I was like, we can't finish this thing. It's too sweet because it's pure sugar.
Yeah.
But oh my god, afterward, you're like, I could just
Yeah.
vibrate through
Yeah.
a wall like
Yeah.
Flash.
See, I hear you and I agree with you that like pumpkin spice things signify fall and autumn and why it's awesome, and you remember it and you start feeling that way, and you want it to get a little bit cold, you want the leaves to change color, you want a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
But I still think they could throw me a bone and have it out sometimes. You know what I mean? Last year, like 2 years ago, I guess 3 years ago, I went to the mall with Mike Mitchell. God only knows what we were there for. I forget. Maybe a George Foreman grill. But I went to Williams in Sonoma, and they had the pumpkin bread mix. And I just bought, I bought one with Mike Mitchell, had it. It was amazing. Next year, Christine and I are at the same place. I remember this. I go in, and I buy, 9 things of pumpkin bread.
Yeah.
Because I'm planning to get them to do it throughout the year. I never made one of them.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing. And that's not me saying pumpkin spice only needs to be. It's just me being lazy and forgetting
Yeah.
that I have this shit.
See, what's weird to me is like with Starbucks. I mean, I get that they do the seasonal thing just to create hype and stuff, but it's like I don't think that the pumpkin spice it should just be a normal thing. It's like a vanilla latte.
Yeah.
Like pumpkin spice latte, it just fills in with it's just a flavored thing. Like
Well, but when do you ever see pumpkins?
no, I know, but like that's true. But like I don't see vanilla. You know what I mean? Like I
mean,
don't
vanilla's
even know
always
what
in
the
a
fuck
grocery
vanilla
store.
is. Is vanilla like a flower? Is vanilla
It's a
bean?
it's
It is a
absolutely
bean.
a flower.
It's vanilla bean. Yeah.
It's an extract.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is that
Sells
like
in little bottles.
you see the flowers on the little when you see the vanilla packaging and stuff, it
Yeah.
always has the leaves and shit.
No, I don't know.
I don't know how the
With you.
fuck shit works. Anyway, but like just because you don't see the pumpkins don't mean they don't exist. They're out there somewhere. And let's be real, it's not real pumpkins. I don't know what Starbucks.
Well, isn't that the new
using.
thing this year that everybody's pissed off about? Is that they went from powdered whatever to actually pumpkin puree in some of them, and now the taste is a little bit different.
That's nasty.
Yeah, I
It
don't
tastes
know.
too natural.
I'm going.
They do
I'll
not.
find this on the internet.
Ask Kevin can do it for you. We have Kevin.
Yeah, but Kevin will roll his eyes
bored.
and then he'll talk to he'll talk to his watch and go, "Hey Google."
ask Kevin to do it.
I mean, how
I
about you,
like when
how about
Kevin
you keep
looks
the
it up.
conversation going from
I
you?
like
That's
the
all I
pumpkin-
need from you.
I mean, I
That's
got
all I need from you.
I got my second pumpkin spice latte of the season this morning.
Of this
And
season.
it was good. But because
about
you know,
later.
It is a
it's-
season.
Yeah. I got
It's
my,
better
my
than a
last
sports
one last,
season.
last week. Oh, it definitely is. But what another thing that I think that makes this so successful is the fact that it's acronymized. Being able to call it the PSL, like the basic.
What?
Oh no, that's a thing.
No, I mean,
PSL?
like,
Really thing?
but
That's
even
really a thing.
even Starbucks sells it that way. Like it
The
says
PSL.
PSL.
I mean,
on
I'm
the-
looking at a news report right there, and there it is, PSL.
That's so stupid.
That's
Yeah, no,
not
sorry.
stupid.
PSL is the thing, and so I learned this from Justine.
I
'Cause
just
I didn't know
seen.
about this until a couple years ago.
Remember when we went down for Rooster Teeth the Gauntlet?
Yeah.
We went to that Starbucks every day with Justine. Yeah,
and she's
that's
like,
right.
I was all excited about the pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to the fact that this was like a big thing, I just get excited about Starbucks seasonal drinks.
Sure.
You just get excited about Starbucks. Period.
Yeah, whenever
Well,
they do anything.
40, it's way
But
too
that
high.
begs the question, right? Like, would it be as exciting if what happened with Greg?
No,
what Greg's
that's the whole
talking
thing.
about
You're right. There wouldn't
happens?
be an event. There wouldn't be an event. There wouldn't
Not
be articles.
fun.
There wouldn't be this. But here's
Yeah.
the article you got right now. This is from Yahoo Health. Starbucks pumpkin spice latte is now made with the real thing. But is it actually healthier? Starbucks pumpkin spice latte has, I spit right on the screen, has been a fall favorite for years, inspiring memes, gifs, and social media declarations of love.
Many memes.
But the latte took a hit last year after food blogger Vanny Harry, aka the Food Babe, posted an article about her difficult
The Food
quest.
Bae.
Her babe.
Oh.
Babe. I said babe.
Well,
Damn
Food
it.
Bay would be
Food Bay
way
would
Same
better.
thing.
Similar.
Now, if she launched the site now, that's what she would call it.
Yeah.
Difficult quest to learn what's actually in the pumpkin spice latte. What she discovered? There's no pumpkin in it. However, the latte included 2 doses of caramel color level 4, a coloring made with ammonia that contains the substance 4-methyl, and an artificial flavors reportedly made from substances like petroleum. While the substances are considered safe by the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA last year said that it will review the safety and, quote, generally recognized as safe status for 4-MEI after a consumer report study found that a dozen soft drinks have higher than recommended doses of the substance. The International Agency for Cancer Research also defines 4-MEI as possibly carcinogenic to humans. So that's where my cancer came from. Fans were not thrilled, and now Starbucks has responded. The company announced Monday that when pumpkin spice lattes hit store this fall, they will be made with real pumpkin and without the caramel coloring.
All right, so this is a bullshit article because no one cares about is it healthier. They want to know is it good? Is it better?
Right.
Is it worse?
So
Well, I mean, I'll
I
go
t-
on
I-
a limb and say no, it's not better
it's not better.
with real pumpkin. Have you ever had real pumpkin pie? Where
Yeah.
someone makes it with pumpkin?
Yeah, pumpkin's
it's-
awesome.
Is it awful?
Start
It's
talking.
not
Start fucking thinking
awful.
through what you're saying.
It's not awful. It's just distinctly different.
Oh,
it is just a
sucks.
whole different type of taste.
Yeah.
It tastes a lot more like pumpkin and a lot less like candy, like the normal pie tastes.
I like candy.
Yeah.
And to me, it's just not very good.
Yeah.
Unless
don't-
I mean, it depends on who's making it.
Well, then,
Obviously.
do we
Fuck Porty.
as humans
shouldn't be
actually like pumpkins, or do we like artificial pumpkin?
We like the
flavoring?
artificial pumpkin
Okay,
flavoring. That reminds
exactly.
you of fall. Now I like real pumpkin too. I do go out of my way to enjoy a good pumpkin now and again.
I don't
A
know if I
squash.
do. I don't actually. I know that I don't.
I'm looking at this article right now from the Detroit Free Press. Pumpkin spice taste test: the good, the bad, and the really gross. We have bagels. We have fudge striped chips. We have pumpkin spice almonds. We have Ghirardelli square chocolates. We have pumpkin spice
What,
rolls from Little
Ghirardelli?
Debbie. Yeah,
Ghirardelli?
Ghirardelli.
No, just Ghirardelli.
Okay.
I heard Ghirardelli, and I'm like, that's weird.
Like the bugs that climb up your legs.
what?
What?
These horrible things.
This sounds horrible.
Jiggers, one of the two.
Oh yeah,
Am I-
Jiggers, right?
yeah, that's what he just said, right?
What?
I'm really confused.
Yeah,
Anyway,
let's stop.
fudgesicles.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice marshmallows, which I would eat in a heartbeat. Pumpkin spice Milanos, pumpkin spice Oreos, pumpkin spice latte M&Ms, pumpkin
What?
spice Hershey Kisses, pumpkin spice Peeps. Another
Ew,
great
that's
fucking idea.
Off season.
Brock's pumpkin spice candy corn, Alpine pumpkin spice instant cider, Tazo pumpkin spice latte chai, pumpkin spice oatmeal. Fuck, I gotta get that. Pumpkin spice Belvita
Blah blah blah.
breakfast biscuits, Chobani Greek yogurt, pumpkin spice. I just had that today. It was more like pumpkin cheesecake. More yogurt, a candle,
be good for you.
sweet cinnamon pumpkin nourishing hand cream. So there's a lot of pumpkin spice stuff out there.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is that people try. I don't know why. I don't know why people fight that battle of this is unhealthy for you. Yeah, it's unhealthy for you. FYI, almost everything that you get at a Starbucks or any coffee shop that's a big, massive chain coffee shop is going to be unhealthy for you. Your body doesn't need any of that stuff. It doesn't need a pumpkin spice latte. Guess what? It doesn't need a latte either. Like all these people get these caramel frappe. Remember back in the day when we all first discovered Starbucks, it was the Frappuccino. It was like, holy shit, it's like a
Yeah.
coffee milkshake. This is amazing. And then you look at the no nutritional value other than the fact that there's sugar and a shitload of calories in it, and that's pretty much it. So the fact of the matter is, maybe it's good that it's seasonal. Just enjoy it, one, in moderation, and move on. Don't get 3 every day.
I want to.
I'm looking at you, Tim.
I don't get 3 every day.
You used to. There was a
No.
time where you were like this. Can you give me a Trenti vanilla latte? And, give me 2. I might want one.
No. I'm a fan of my lattes. I'm
You
a
like
fan of my
lattes.
mochas.
You like the
I go
lattes.
through some stuff. But yeah, I don't get more than one a day.
That's good.
That's crazy.
That's good. It's just
Real
bad
quick,
for you.
chiggers and jiggers are bugs, and they're different kinds, which I didn't know. I thought they were the same. Jiggers are a sand flea found in sub-Saharan climates, most prominent in dry season. Jiggers, not chiggers, are small chiggle fleas that live in the dust and are found in dirt floors in schools and the homes of many families in Uganda.
Are they
And the
dust
chiggers?
mites?
Well, no. What?
Why do you know about these bugs that are only found in Africa?
Well, again, if you would have just listened to what I fucking said, you fucking asshole. This is why they call you 8-Ball, because we all want to sink you and get rid of you, because we hate you.
Kill us, Mike.
and we don't
Go
like
ahead.
Your girlfriend.
There you go.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
No, because I guess I'm looking for a good thing here on.
And why you know? There's nothing on the internet
Here
on
we
why
go.
you know.
No, because chiggers must be the one that are happening in like the tall weeds of Missouri or something. Like this is like I have dumb friends who go outdoors and do things and fucking
Dumb
Yeah.
people.
push boats into the water and then get into the boats and then like fucking farm and shit. So that's their problem. Trombocheloid, family of mites, best known as chiggers. Widely recognized definition of chigger, scientific. Why can't you just get to the point? What the fuck are they? You know what I mean?
Get Lyme disease?
No, that's a tick.
Oh, it's a tick.
Yeah, ticks give you Lyme disease. All right, here you go. Chiggers live in forest and grassland area and are also found in vegetation of low damp areas such as woodland, berry bushes, orchards, along lakes and streams, and even in drier places. Basically, don't go outside ever.
Yeah.
ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like, never go outside. Like, there's a reason you have video games and a nice TV, so you
And
don't have to go
pumpkin
out
spice
there.
lattes.
And pumpkin spice lattes.
Well, you
Starbucks
have to go
delivers.
outside to get those.
They deliver now.
Tomorrow when you guys
They're
go,
starting to.
tomorrow when you go to Starbucks, bring me back a
Sure.
pumpkin spice latte.
You want one?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I want
how
it-
big? Venti? You want a big dog?
No, I like
You're
the mid-
saying
I
you're
like
saying
mediums.
this, by the way, as we're all sitting in this sweatbox of a room.
I
You
would
want
like it
a hot
iced. I
latte?
would like it iced.
Can you do it ice?
Yes, you can.
Done. I'll get you
Thank
one.
you.
I'll try one too.
Okay. You've never had one?
Really?
I've never had a pumpkin spice latte.
Holy shit.
No, my wife likes chai lattes a
Yeah.
lot, and that's so I do that every once in a
Chai
while. The
lattes
chai
are
latte
good.
is like
I like
year-round pumpkin spice
Yeah, yeah.
latte.
Yeah.
You can get them spicy sometimes. You can get them like you
Should
can get 'em
order
sweet. She
Say
gets
it
them
was
sweet.
out water. No water chai.
Oh Jesus, that's like hardcore. I
the
think she
best
gets a
way to go.
soy chai, so I don't think she does water in it. But it's it's like candy.
Way better.
See, I'll get you. I'll go. What? You don't hear. We'll wait for you tomorrow.
No,
Go
because
with
then I
you.
won't want it. I want it.
go
I
with
don't
you.
want it. I don't
No
want it.
one.
I want it. I want it delivered to me on the show. We've also introduced our new friend, the Fan.
Yeah.
Now, as you've
Fan.
known, ladies and gentlemen,
He's our biggest fan.
He is.
ah,
He's a big
fuck Minecraft.
Holmes.
It's okay if you can hear it a little bit.
Can you hear it?
People understand.
That's why there's windscreens.
It's not bad.
That is why there's windscreens. If you can
But
hear
these
it,
aren't the
we should try
windscreens.
try
Don't talk
the.
for a second.
Everybody shut up.
The bigger
Everybody
one.
shut up.
Oh, well, the gate stops.
Okay.
It's not being
You
picked
can
up.
hear just a little bit.
They
Okay,
can
fine.
deal with it. They saw last
Also
week.
Right next to it,
It'll be a
so-
test. We'll
They
see
saw
what people
last
say.
week when Tim couldn't wear pants. Tim
Yeah.
didn't wear pants on the last episode. I'm in shorts. You don't want to see this.
You can
Don't-
EQ out
We got
that
this
frequency.
fan right now.
We don't do any of that.
Grimecraft
should
has too
probably
much work.
teach us. You should
Grimecraft,
teach
we
us
don't. We have
stuff.
all this equipment. We don't know how to use any of it.
Okay.
So pumpkin spice is awesome.
It really is. It really, really,
So
really
you
is.
guys are the only two people here who've tried it. So I haven't tried it.
You had a pumpkin Oreo today. How'd
I
that
know.
treat
I
you?
haven't had a latte though.
But how'd the pumpkin spice Oreo treat you?
it was good.
Yeah.
But the pumpkin spice latte, which is the epitome of basicness,
yeah.
I have not tried because I'm afraid it will
You'll go
inflict
basic.
me with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll one day I'll wake up and I'll just have Uggs on and I'll be like, ah,
Yeah.
Your hair's cut.
Yeah.
You're working at 9 to 5.
yeah, shit.
It would happen.
That would be
Going
a
to
nightmare.
brunch.
Oh my god.
That's something that I've learned about having a girlfriend. Brunch is a thing.
It is
Brunches
fun.
are great.
They
I like
just
mimosas.
love brunch.
I love
it's
mimosas.
Just brunch every freaking morning. You're just like, we just gotta go and just talk to the girls. I love it though. I'm
That's
not
what she-
gonna
is that
lie.
what your
It's like
girlfriend
my
says?
favorite thing.
I like girls, so that's why.
That's what I
brunch.
say. And she
Yeah.
gets excited about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your did you? Here's what I want to know to test your relationship from the weekend.
Yeah.
Did you go to In-N-Out?
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
I saw her tweet about
Yeah.
she wanted to go to In-N-Out and you didn't want to because you don't even like In-N-Out that much, but also you thought it tastes too healthy.
Yeah.
It tastes too healthy.
Now,
You think
there-
In-N-Out
this was a
tastes
this
too
was a
healthy?
In-N-Out
horrible
tastes too healthy.
misquote. But what was being said was it was a whole ordeal where we were doing like a family outing with her family, and her little sister wanted to go to In-N-Out. She's a big fan of In-N-Out. My girlfriend likes In-N-Out, and then the mom was like, "No, we're not going to In-N-Out." And I'm like, then it kind of came down to me.
Oh,
and
I
Tim,
hate
where
that.
do you want to
Yeah,
go?
yeah.
Well, I don't give a shit. I'll put my opinion out there. And I was just like, I mean, I'm down for whatever, but like, I don't want to go to In-N-Out. I don't really. It's not my favorite. And they're like, what? I'm like, it's just not. Like, the In-N-Out we're going to is next to a McDonald's or a Carl's Jr. I'd rather go to either of those at any given moment.
You're so
Whoa,
stupid.
Whoa, yeah,
And
that's
the,
absurd.
the biggest reason.
I've
is-
never been more disappointed in you
Yeah.
guys when we stopped in that road trip and there was an In-N-Out right there. You guys, let's go to McDonald's. I was like, all right.
Yeah, man. It's just like that. The fucking In-N-Out. It's overhyped. I don't think it's bad at all. I enjoy In-N-Out. I like In-N-Out. I don't love it. I don't think it's the second coming of Jesus like everyone else does. And,
I still think it's
oh,
because
just
you're
West Coast hype.
It's overhyped.
you're a
It's-
local.
for sure.
You're a
But
local.
I
I
don't.
think.
To me, In-N-Out is not a local thing. I didn't have In-N-Out until I was like way older. It didn't come until
15, I think.
yeah. So it's like whatever.
Super duper's better.
The thing about the healthy though, I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm saying it tastes like it's trying to be healthy, and it's like it just ruins it.
but
It takes
it's
the fun out
so
of
cheap.
everything.
It cannot be healthy for you.
Yeah, well, I know, but it's like
That's 100% true.
I
yeah,
don't
an
know.
animal style. Just think about animal style for a second.
I mean, I love animal style. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, well, if you want to make it
I,
less
I
healthy.
like things about In-N-Out.
Okay.
I don't want people fucking get the wrong opinion
Well,
about
be,
my
to be
opinion.
fair though, I think probably if you looked at it, In-N-Out's burgers might be healthier than McDonald's.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I would think so.
So
I
I
don't
would think
care.
I would
I
think
mean-
that. So you're in that regard, everything's relative. Yeah, you would be right. They are healthier than probably Carl's because there was all those studies that came out, and I think they're all bullshit. But they were like, oh, you have no idea what's in a McDonald's hamburger. Maybe there's sawdust and shit. You know, you guys remember those?
Yeah,
From, like
yeah.
This was the report.
no, there's always those.
Official report.
There's always those rumors that go around. That's like, oh, did you
Sure,
know
sure.
that? And then like you look at
They
them and
use
you,
some kind of
No, it's-
installation that's in your house. That's
It's
in
like
this-
fiberglass in their and I'm just me saying that someone's gonna hear that in passing, be like, oh, they do put fiberglass in their. I almost said burritos.
Burritos in my
I got
hamburger.
burritos on the brain.
Shit.
Anyway,
Pumpkin spice latte is awesome.
We'll get you one tomorrow.
So awesome that Squarespace decided to sponsor this topic.
Nice.
Nick,
Nice.
you built our website with Squarespace.
I did.
When you did that, we didn't have any kind of deal with them.
We did not.
So you can trust in your word that you appreciate Squarespace.
I heard good things about them,
Yeah.
and they were true.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can start your free trial site today with no credit card required at squarespace.com. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code KINDOFUNNY to get 10% off your first purchase. Squarespace provides simple, powerful, and beautiful... See, this always screws up. This isn't on me. This is their wording, not me. Don't blame me. Squarespace provides simple, powerful, and beautiful tools to make your website look professionally designed. Regardless of skill level, there's no coding required. Not only does Squarespace provide you with intuitive and easy-to-use tools to create your own website with, Squarespace also has state-of-the-art technology powering your site to ensure security and stability. And you know you can trust in Squarespace for your website needs when millions of people and Nick Scarpino also trust it too.
I do. I just built another one too. I built my brother's website that he needed for the thing that he's doing.
Did you use our code for that?
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
What is it?
I don't know if he listens to the podcast. Kind of funny.
Kind of funny. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah,
When you decide to sign up for
Squarespace.com.
Squarespace, make sure you use the offer code kind of funny
I
to
didn't
get
know what it
10%
was
off your
back when
first
he
purchase.
actually put it in, but I assume it was
And
always
show your
kind of
support
fun.
for kind of funny.
What's the site?
Squarespace.com.
His site.
Oh, his site is teendancechallenge.com. I don't. It's very.
New topic. New topic.
That sounds like a Chris Hansen special waiting to happen.
Like without context.
It is. It's especially funny if you. That's why I kind of tried to avoid it for a second because I was like, how do I set this up so it doesn't sound pervy?
Oh, we're just fucking around.
sorry.
Yeah, no, especially if you know my brother on an intimate level, he's a crazy guy. He's like me amplified, which is hard to believe. No, but he and some of his business associates, obviously my brother comes from theater. And he comes from some of his friends come from the choreography background. They've decided to put together a YouTube channel featuring some pretty amazing dancers, young dancers in their teens. So they started teendancechallenge.com and.
We were veering away from it, and then we were right back to it, I feel like.
Well, I mean, no, it's
It's a legit thing.
It's a
like
legit thing.
super legit.
So,
They're
I
real
mean,
dancers and
the thing is
Chris
when you're a
Hansen's
dancer like a lot of other physical
see the
activities
chat
like
box?
like being athletic, you tend to the activities tend to you peak when you're younger because your body just can't deal with it when you're in your 20s, right?
Right.
My wife went through the same thing. She was a professional dancer in LA, and by the time she was 19, 20, she was getting to sort of the tail end of what she could either put up with physically or actually mentally, because she was going on a lot of auditions too. It's very hard. I'm getting this whole education. I was helping my brother out with this. Apparently, that segment of the dance world is like crazy popular. I don't know why they have conventions like VidCon, but like everywhere.
DanceCon.
They
Team
do. They have all
DanceCon.
these crazy things like brought to you by Capizio. So good luck to him for that. If anyone out there is into watching teens dance, go to teendancechallenge.com.
Please
And
be
use
under
the website that I built.
Squarespace. Build it beautiful.
What's hilarious is that you guys make it weird. You choose to make it weird.
Just
Every
that
time I say
tagline. Just that
anything.
tagline. So if any of you are into teen
Yeah.
dancing.
I don't know if that could not be weird. Yeah.
Well, it's weird.
Once you see it, it's not weird.
To be
It's just-
fair, yeah. Once you see it, it's completely legit. It's that you guys are old perverts.
We love you. Shut up.
You old perverts, and one day I would not be surprised if you got popped for child pornography.
Whoa.
Whoa, what's up? I was just watching
That's
Ferris
not
Bueller's Day
cool.
Off the other day, and I felt so
Rooney.
bad. Yeah, Jeffrey Jones got popped for that.
Yeah, that's the end of him.
It is the end.
You
of
don't
it.
come back from that.
People don't want to work with people
No.
that pay underage kids to take pictures with them.
Yeah.
It's not good.
That's a bad look.
At least
Tim.
that's what I understand.
Yeah.
What's your topic?
So my topic is how to be cool. I want to know how to be cool, Grimecraft. I want you to teach us. This stems from
How
the
old are
fact-
you, Grimecraft?
I'm 25.
Good.
Full life ahead of
I
him.
like this because this means that we can relate on shit.
No, you're also
'Cause-
25, right?
No, I'm 26 now.
Okay.
But still,
I'll
we're
be 26 in like a month.
okay.
so,
Good. Yeah, we're similarly aged,
Yeah.
so we have similar interests, the Pokemans and all that stuff.
Pokemans.
But I remember when we first met you, it was like a whirlwind of just happiness and just fantasy kind of colliding into one, because you were probably one of my favorite people I've ever met, but specifically in recent years, because everything you do is funny to me. Everything you say just makes me laugh, and
Clever.
it's like you're so happy, you're so chill. Is that a thing?
Chill.
You're
I'm pretty chill.
He's pretty
chill
chill
guy.
So it's like you're really fucking cool in all those ways. Hanging out with you for like 3 days down in Plano, Texas, you taught us some shit.
I taught you guys some stuff.
You
yeah.
taught us a lot of stuff, specifically the words lit and sus,
Yes.
which are two opposite ends of the spectrum that anything can be judged on.
Pretty much.
Is it lit or is it sus?
Yeah.
We cannot stop using these words. We in our daily vocabulary, it's now a thing. Hashtag lit is probably my most used word on any social media platform. I want you to teach us more.
More.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully the viewers know what those two words mean.
Can you define them for us?
Okay, defining them, I would say the perfect example of defining those words would be the okay. Let's set up the scenario.
Okay.
You're walking into a club,
Okay.
nightclub.
Right.
It's either gonna be a good night or it's gonna be a bad night.
What
Right.
time is it?
It's like 10 p.m.
What's
that's
the
a good
bathroom
time for me.
situation? Are there stall doors on the stall?
You walk in and you know if it's lit or if it's sus. If you
Okay.
walk in at 10 p.m. and it's packed, the bathrooms are slammed, everyone's dancing. There's 1,000 hot girls like making out with people.
Damn.
It's fucking lit.
That's lit.
It's lit. The DJ's going ham like it's lit. If you walk
I'm
in
sorry,
at 10 p.m.
Let's take a step back because you're throwing all sorts of terminologies.
The
at
DJ
me.
is making a nice ham. Is what it is.
So the DJ made a lovely slow roasted,
slow roasted ham.
the honey roasted
yeah,
hams.
he's spinning it on a
What kind of glaze is he putting on?
honey mustard glaze.
Spiral cut?
So this is what Tim's talking about, right? He'll just throw stuff out like that. Some might say effortlessly. Okay,
Yeah,
Some might say that.
I already know that. You just throw out ham as a verb.
That's hard as a motherfucker. Like
Oh, it's an acronym.
Yeah, it's an
I
acronym.
never listened to Kanye.
yeah.
Wow. See, I knew going ham, but I didn't know what it
That's
stood
going
for.
ham. Yeah, going ham.
I
It's
thought
not
it was you're all in. You're just
going
doing your
pig.
thing.
It is. It is all in.
Well, I know. That's why I could get away not knowing the actual definition.
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
realize it was an acronym.
Yeah. The more you know.
Yeah.
Please, make that happen. in
Kevin,
the
put the
YouTube
more
video.
you know.
So I mean, this is one of those things that I don't think I've ever. First of all, I've never been tied into this culture. I've never been the guy that's
Slang?
on point with my lingo. So to
It's not
speak.
on point. What is it?
on fleek.
On
Flick.
fleek. On flick.
It's on. It's on Flicka.
So this was another thing is when you were learning all this, you were teaching us about Fleek, which I knew most of these things, at least
Sure you did,
kind
sure you
of
did,
what they
yeah,
were.
you just acted
but
ignorant
hearing
about it,
Nick talk about it is the funniest thing because for the longest time he thought Fleek was Flick, so he was like, oh yeah, it's on Flick, or that's Flick.
And that's funny to say. And honestly, making up words like that is kind of probably half the reason a lot of these slang words exist. Someone just said something stupid one day and it sticks.
That's. I mean, yeah, but that's the other thing too. It is sort of a litmus of whether or not you're in that culture, right?
Yeah.
Because if I was I'd be like, what the hell does that mean?
Christine's
Well,
going.
then I'm instantly not cool. I'll use a parlance from my time back 25 years ago when I was 25. We used to say the word rad a lot.
Rad's cool.
We also
I
used to say
use
the
rad.
I
word.
think
like
Rad's
some-
kind of coming back.
Is it coming
Yeah,
back?
it's definitely
Yeah.
coming back.
I say the word dope a lot because dope used
I
to
say
be cool.
dope.
Dope, yeah. I use dope almost
Dope's
every
the
day.
thing.
But do you remember when we used to call things that were good bad? We
Yeah.
would say that's bad.
Like the Power
He's
Glove.
He's bad. Oh,
yeah.
Power Glove.
Power Glove
was
is
bad.
bad.
Made
Yeah.
popular by Michael Jackson's bad, right?
Yeah.
Who's bad?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was bad.
He's so
that
bad.
means good, Greg.
Oh.
Yeah.
So ham. When I call someone a ham, that means they're a goofball. You're a ham.
I know.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
I mean,
Look at
that's
how
a
you're
different
hamming it up
context.
for the camera.
Yeah, you're a big old ham.
You are. When he says ham, it's the coolest thing on the planet. It's hard as a motherfucker.
I think both of those apply to this.
That is. That is. And then so you've got sus. So far we've learned sus, ham, lit.
So we haven't learned it yet.
We haven't learned sus.
we
We
haven't
learned
yet.
lit.
We learned lit.
We learned lit.
We
Okay.
learned scenario one.
We've gone to the
Scenario-
club.
we've gone to the club.
10 o'clock. Girls making out with each other. DJ going ham. Lit. Ding. And the bathrooms are nice. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, the
lit.
bathrooms aren't nice. That's
Oh, they
it.
aren't nice.
If they aren't nice.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're talking about a bathroom by itself and it being lit, it would mean there was people even partying in there.
Oh,
And
wow,
it's just
okay.
crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So I'm gonna paint the other picture for you.
okay.
now.
Here comes a
Yeah,
sus
Here's
party.
the sus.
Okay.
10
You
p.m.
walk in
It's
at 10 o'clock.
You walk in. It sounds loud. There's a line, right? And then you wait in the line. You get in. There's no one in there. You realize that the line was just to get people to get in and think that something was cool. This happens a lot in my neighborhoods, particularly at a place called the Brixton. It's annoying. You think there's a bunch of hot people in there because there's a couple hot people in line. You got
Yeah.
in. It's 3 cocktail waitresses and a bartender that couldn't give 10 shits that you want to drink.
Yep.
And then you go to the bathroom situation, and it's so-so. What is this to you?
That's sus, man. I mean, it's, any situation where it is, it's suspect, it's suspicious, it's just not a good feeling. You walk in and it's like, it's all guys and no one's dancing and everyone's kind of looking around and feeling weird, and you get the vibe, you feel the susness. It's coming, it's sussing up on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the stalls have doors?
Okay, if there was no doors, it would be, that's the ultimate description of sus. That is sus. It's like you're pooping.
That's
Everyone's looking at your dick.
Sus.
There's
sus.
There's a place I go to a lot. Well, I used to go to a lot called the Comic Club that has one of those where it's just like the bathroom's not even that far off the beaten path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You've been
It's
there.
kind of right there.
It's kind of like on the way to the dance floor. You look over and you see some light
There's
coming out
no
of the doorway.
door,
No
and
door.
no stall door.
No stall door. And there's a urinal and a little divider and a toilet within maybe a foot and a half of each
Oh,
other. And so
God.
if you're peeing and someone has to come up to wash their hands, you're locked in.
Oh.
You can't get out. And ironically, perhaps not ironically, perhaps more coincidentally, the door opens up to the stall, not the urinal. So if
Yeah.
you walk in, you just look over and you could just see someone shitting if that's what they choose to do. And one time I did, and that person was female. She
Yeah.
was like, I have to,
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
have
the
to
thing.
take a shit. And I'm like, why not? Why not go take a shit at
What do you want her to do?
midnight in a club? You go to somewhere else.
Where are you gonna
You
go?
leave the bar. Well, you do what I do.
Sus.
You go to one of the more mellow bars and you go to the
Yeah.
bathroom over there. Or, you know.
I mean, there's
and they
no
offer you cocaine.
mellow bar after 11 p.m. for a bathroom.
That's true.
You just don't poop after 11 p.m. I think that's a rule.
Yeah.
It's sus to poop.
That's sus.
after
It's
11.
unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, so you made a video,
Yeah.
or you didn't make it. Did you make it?
I was the star of it.
It was a collab.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
collab. DJ Cutman, who's he is a good friend, and we do the label Game Shops. That's the video game music stuff. But he's a great content creator, and I was pretty drunk at SGC.
Yeah.
And
No.
these are words that the last con we hung out at. Like I was saying them all the time, and he's like, "What are those words?" You know, he had the same
Yeah.
look of surprise that you did. I want to know more about these words.
The
You
kids'
cool, you
vernacular.
cool kids are using them. You know, he's like almost in his 30s. You know, kind of. I mean, he's a
Dying,
cool
he's
guy. now.
dying.
He's dying.
He's
He's
a
not
husk,
dying.
he's a
no.
husk.
He's in his prime. He's in his prime. He's where I want to be one day. You know,
In
He
5
makes-
years?
In 5 years, I'll get there. Yeah. So we filmed this video when I was really drunk. Just random things. Is it sus or is it lit?
Mm-hmm.
And it went off. People liked it. You guys liked it.
We liked it a
A
lot.
lot.
It taught people a lot.
It did.
I think
We all learned that day.
Yeah, it could be a series. I think we're working on. Well, we did start working on another one.
Good.
The,
You should.
The season finale
Episode
of Sus
2.
and Lit. Yeah, episode 2, season finale. But season 2 should be pretty lit.
I like
So,
that. I'm
yeah.
very, very, very excited.
I need
So what
you-
what is the iconography for Sus or Lit? Like, what if I were to be like
I
trying to
should've-
explain it to somebody and needed to use emojis?
Okay. Well, they're
Kevin will put them on the screen for you.
Yeah.
You put them on screen. Or my laptop, actually, I have those emojis on my laptop, which is the sus moon, which is the full like dark moon, and it's actually called the suspicious moon.
Oh.
So that's why
okay.
it's sus.
That's sus.
And then lit is just the fire emoji.
The fire, yeah.
Yeah.
And they sit on my laptop, like on right below the keyboard. Because when I
Oh, I was-
DJ, it's like that's your position. You're making the experience of a night when you DJ, and is it gonna be sus? Is it gonna be lit? You got to make it lit.
Yeah.
If you're playing the wrong music, it's fucking sus and no one likes it, and
Yeah.
it's weird.
You don't want to be the sus.
So why do you
No.
even have the Sus one on there?
To
'Cause
remind them.
to remind me, you know,
Gotcha.
like if I get too drunk and suck at DJing and play all the wrong music and don't look at my audience and like feel out the crowd, it's probably gonna be sus.
How often do you play the John Cena theme song?
John Cena!
Almost never. But I'm thinking of doing like an actual remix of it.
Good.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That song actually samples a pretty old song. The guy who made that beat is pretty with it on the sampling game.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that song was on SoundCloud, it'd probably get taken down. Maybe.
All right. So okay. So now we've
Bye.
learned ham. We learned Sus. We learned lit.
disappear in the smoke.
Okay. Now we're going off the beaten path. We don't know what you're throwing at us now.
Right.
Okay.
Give us
us
what
some-
are the young kids? You're out in the club. You're DJing in
I mean,
Tokyo.
I
How
know-
about give us a word,
Okay.
and it could be either a fake word or a real word that people use,
Okay.
and then let us try to decide what we think it means.
All right. All right. Here's one. Tight.
Oh, tight. Okay, I know tight.
tight.
Okay.
Like that's
Yeah,
tight.
just
Tight.
cool.
Yeah,
It's cool.
That's a
yeah, yeah.
beginner.
I was using that in college, young
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Tight.
I
You
still
didn't
say
write
that
that.
like way too much.
I also say tight.
Yeah. Tight's tight.
Thanks.
Well, to me, tight was very 2000s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe like late 90s. Or
Yeah.
like I said that in college a lot too. I was like, oh, that's tight.
Yeah, that was
Like, oh, man, those
elementary
baggy
school.
jeans are
Yeah.
tight.
It's an
Maybe middle
elementary
school.
cool
Yeah.
kid word.
That's
Tight
hella
and
tight.
sick.
Those
hella
time,
tight.
those
Yeah.
time periods match
Hecka
up for
tight.
us.
Yeah,
Me-
yeah,
me
you're
in
right.
college and you in elementary school.
Yeah,
Wait, what do you guys think of hella, by the way? Because
I
you know
hate
we're in
hella.
San Francisco.
hella is
It-
my like.
It's yeah.
It just defines me.
It
of who I
defines you.
am. Yeah.
Okay.
We sold a hella shirt for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just said hella.
Hella and Wicked are on the same level for me.
Yeah,
like,
same.
You meet people from Boston, like that's Wicked great.
Yeah,
Like,
coming
just
from
don't
both those
put Wicked
places.
in
Territorial.
front of
They're territorial.
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
It's. I actually was hanging out with a friend yesterday who's from here, and I've never been annoyed with the word hella, but the amount of times she said it, I just was like, if you say it one more time, I'm gonna punch you, like straight up. Like, like everything is not hella this or hella that. Please, like.
See, that's not true though. It's kind of like lit or sus. It is either hella or hella not.
But
That's
you
a good
could
point.
also, but hella is like goes before the word.
Yeah.
I guess I mean it's like Wicked. It emphasizes the.
I mean, it just means really.
really. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Same with Wicked, I guess.
Yeah. It's interchangeable, really.
Yeah.
But in the same way, like, in journalism school, we're taught not to use really because it's just an empty word. Why
So
use
use
it?
hella instead.
Exactly.
hella is a pretty empty
That's what they
word.
teach at Mizzou,
Yeah.
one of the top journalism schools in the world, really.
Right? No.
Hella. Yeah.
I've got one for you that I heard the other day. And maybe I didn't. Maybe it's not right. Maybe it's not real. That shit's brick.
That's not
Wow.
real. That's not real.
No,
Rick.
it's not real. This is not even close.
Wall. Like right at the wall.
Oh, I thought he said lol.
Oh, you say
No,
lol?
I said wall. I mean, I just saw a brick wall, and that's
Oh.
the first thing that came into
You
my
know,
mind.
I could justify
brick.
that as being a real cool word.
That's
Oh,
brick.
shit.
Like,
Okay,
it
hold
goes
on.
hard. Like, yo, that beat goes brick.
Damn.
Wait,
What is
wait,
it,
wait,
goes
wait,
brick or
wait,
just
wait, wait,
brick?
wait. We
That
need
beats brick.
we need to invent something and get it started. We need to start something and propel it.
I like brick.
Are we pushing brick?
I'm fine with brick. That's brick, dog.
Brick.
That shit brick.
You see JJ Watt the other day? He had a brick game. It's
I
not
don't-
good.
I
That's
don't
not
get
good.
that
That's not
reference,
good. That's
but
not
is it sports that you're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about? Is it a
sports.
football sport or a basketball?
Nope.
No, I tried to get that going. My wife kept telling me just don't.
Everyone
Please,
says
please
that
never
now,
say
too.
that.
Yeah, but
You were there during the inception of that.
Of what?
Of the
Don't
stuff.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't-
Okay.
don't worry about
So
it.
okay, give us another one.
I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking of them. They kind of just come out when I talk normally and have a couple drinks maybe, but I'm at a loss of words.
Brick is
what do I
good.
say?
Brick we can make work.
Yeah, we'll make brick work.
Because it just means it's hard.
Yeah, but
and you can build on it.
yeah,
Brick's
you
the
could
foundation
build
or
on
something.
bricks.
Yeah.
Oh,
All the
Sounds
Minecraft
like
kids are
brick.
saying this.
Yeah.
Shit is brick right there, dog. As in, maybe a year from now it might be bigger and better. I don't know. Build on it. It's
So
foundation.
okay. AF.
AF,
Autofocus.
like as fuck.
Oh damn it. I want to see if Nick knew what it meant.
Oh,
AF.
yeah. Hard AF. But you don't ever say that out loud. It's more of like internet.
Yeah, but people do though.
I would not be friends with that person. That person would not be cool if they said that. I mean, saying certain internet things out loud is like
So
kind of
what
funny.
internet things are cool and what are not?
HBD. You're allowed to say that.
Happy birthday?
Yeah. I got things to do. I got time for all those
And
syllables.
so in real life, HBD.
Yeah.
You just throw that out there.
Oh, yo, Marty, HBD, and I walk away.
and they're like, that guy's a dick. He couldn't say happy birthday. It's almost the same. Is it the same amount of syllables?
No.
No.
Sorry, I've had one beer.
So wait, okay. What about
I'd say BRB.
okay,
IRL.
yeah. It's okay, so you say IRL.
You would not say IRL.
No,
you would say
I thought I
IRL
said that.
jokingly. You would
No,
not
I
actually
mean,
use
if you
that.
need to describe IRL from URL, you know, you say IRL. Like, oh wait, I gotta go to the game. IRL. Like, oh sorry, I'm like actually going to the game. I'm not.
Oh, you mean you're not
watching it
playing
or
it?
playing
yeah,
it.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're okay with BRB. You're okay with
I think I've just said
IRL.
BRB in real life so much that like I've accepted
It's
it.
a better way to say you're going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, you're at the bar and you just do a BRB and you get out. Because it's one
But
of
you're
those
not
things that
okay
you
with AF.
No.
This tells me that you will be okay with AF in like 5 years.
See, I don't
Maybe.
think AF will be around in 5 years. BRB is like a staple. It's classic.
I know, but I think AF is like it's gonna make its way in
Who's
there.
gonna say I'm tired AF instead of I'm tired as fuck?
The basics.
The basics.
Then they win out. Like, so what about LOL?
Oh well, I say that sometimes.
See, no, you're gonna say AF. I guarantee it.
I won't say AF. I
But
won't.
would you say lol?
No.
Lol.
Lol, no.
What
Okay.
about lolcat? Is that still a thing?
Okay. The game, maybe from like 10 years ago.
All right, cool.
It's old internet.
Yeah, I like that.
The old.
That's where I'm at. I'm one of the basics. I'm caught 10 years ago.
But that's
Still
fine.
wearing cargo shorts. Oh, wait.
Cargo shorts.
Yeah.
10
Yeah,
years ago was
good.
cool though.
Scratches.
Yeah.
I was cool
Scratches.
10 years ago.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
looking through. Don't tell the youngins. I keep an eye on what their lingo is by going to textsfromlastnight.com. I like to
Oh,
read
that's
that
important.
site, so I'm
Good.
looking
Yeah.
through and I'm seeing if there's anything new in here I'm missing
Yeah.
that I'm not up to.
That's a good
Did you
call.
I'm
see
trying to
brick?
think
Did
if
you see
there's
brick
things
in
that-
there?
I haven't
You
seen
should
brick
add
yet.
it.
I haven't seen brick yet.
Add it into there.
We're making
See,
it happen.
We're not
That's
cool.
not how this works, Nick.
We're
I
not
don't-
cool. But if you just slip it into text from last night's party or whatever that's called,
text from last night's party.
you can just that'll make it cool, Greg. That makes it dope. It makes it tight lit.
Dope.
Makes
Brick.
it on
Tight
fleek.
lit.
Makes it on fleet wheat.
Wait.
You know,
See, my thing is, even if I knew the word and used it correctly,
It would
Tim
make
and
it cool.
Kevin would still give me that look, like
Yeah.
Dad just learned about Facebook, and now we can't use Facebook
Yeah.
anymore. And
So,
that's what
Nick,
they do.
let me ask you a question.
Sure. You can
What-
start throwing them at me. I won't
What
know
does,
any of them.
what does Netflix and chill mean?
Oh, I know that one.
He
everyone
watches
knows
porn.
about Netflix.
No, but
and
that's
chill.
because you told me. No, who was I talking to about that?
It was me and Greg.
Was it you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone was telling me about that, where they were like, "That's a new thing where you invite someone, or like you say, let's do Netflix and chill. And it's like a booty call, right? Like,
Yeah.
come over,
Yeah,
watch.
that's it.
Let's get down. I used to just call it fucking.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to come over
Well, it's not so much. I mean, people don't actually say Netflix and chill.
It's
as in,
almost a
like,
meme.
Do you want Netflix and chill? It's
It's
more
just a
like
thing.
it's the modern equivalent to
We're gonna have
hey,
sex
do you want to
later.
study?
See,
Yeah.
my thing
Where
is
people
this.
don't
I
actually do that, but it was just like it's making fun of people that were asking girls to come over and watch
Yeah.
Netflix and chill.
Oh, I see. No, I get it. I understand it. But to me, it's just full of anxiety because every time I think about watching Netflix, it's just too many choices. I got to figure out how to. Then I
Yeah.
got to go through. I'm like, I'm never really gonna watch The Heir Apparent. I got to take that off my list. But no, I don't really want
Yeah.
to do that right now.
You know, Nick-
That's 2-3 hours later. The girl's she's gone. I don't know.
Yeah,
when she left.
She's out. Maybe
I don't even know if she came over.
Yeah, you're too old for Netflix and chill. But
I'm right
but
at
no.
I'm at Netflix though.
no, you're ready for video production and commitment.
Yep.
That's what I do every
He's
day.
really good at it though.
I'm great at both of those
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
What about shade?
Shade,
Yeah.
Throwing
Throwing
shade.
shade.
throwing shade.
Yeah,
I'm
what
younger
is
than I
that?
thought I was, man. I'm getting
Wow,
it all.
wow.
I'm still getting it. I'm right there.
Why do you? I didn't.
I mean,
even
I
hear
know
this
it's something that
topic.
shady is. When
Yeah.
You're talking like that shit's
Well,
shady, like
you're
that's not
sounding it
on
out.
the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
So throwing shade, that's I don't know. It sounds like a sex reference though. Like you're trying to get laid on the
on the DL.
on the DL. Like, hey, I'm trying to like rob a bank and have sex at the same time. What's throwing shade mean?
Sex criminals.
Describe
It's-
throwing shade.
Throwing shade is when you are talking shit, essentially.
Really?
Yeah, about somebody. It's not like directly talking shit. It's almost like, oh, like I heard so and so like did this, but like
Oh, so you're like you're like backhandedly talking
Yeah,
shit, where you're
yeah,
like
yeah.
you're being a wuss,
yeah,
and you're
you're
just like I'm
throwing
gonna lay
shade.
this off on someone else.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, not my words. Like when people say that shit, not my
Oh, yeah.
words.
Hey, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Not my words here. I heard someone else call Tim stupid. It's not my words.
yeah.
I don't like that
Mad
shit.
people threw shade when I quit the game industry. In fact, like
Really?
yeah, they're
So you
like
threw Matt out there.
mad. Yeah, I
Mad.
guess mad is a word.
So mad is that another hella? So it's
Yeah,
mad,
yeah,
wicked
yeah,
hella.
yeah. It's,
Mad just
it's
means a
another
lot.
really word.
No, I know
yeah.
that, but I'm just saying like, so where's mad from? Is that more of a New York thing?
I don't know.
That
I don't.
probably is
I
a
don't
New
even
York thing.
believe that
I
came
think
out
it's
of
a
my
New York
mouth.
thing. I'm
Yeah,
more
probably.
familiar from it from like New York rappers. They say mad
Yeah.
and they say son. There's a lot of sun.
Maybe it's a Philly thing because Mad Decent and
Maybe yeah, that little
Diplo
area,
and
then-
etc.
There was a while where I worked with a lot of people from Las Vegas because I was in the restaurant industry, and one of the restaurants I worked for had a headquarters in Vegas, and they would always say "guy," which Hey, was the guy. most annoying thing on the planet. And I started saying it, and you think hella's hard to shake? Guy. Let me tell you one thing, guy. Like it bookends every sentence. And at one point, my brother pulled me aside. He's like, "If you say guy one more time, I'm gonna fucking bury you in this ground. I'm gonna bury you." And I was like, "All right, I gotta stop saying that."
What about Bay?
You taught me that one.
Ooh.
What's it mean though?
Before anyone else.
Shit.
Which
I
I
didn't know
don't-
that either. I thought it was
I
short
didn't know
for
that.
baby.
Really?
I thought is this Bay is like Bay is girlfriend, girl, chick.
Yeah, no, it's
girl,
before
no.
anything
It's
else.
another acronym.
Wait, before anyone else?
Why do they
Yeah.
use periods?
So why
It'd be
they-
easier to understand if they use periods. I would understand there's more to this investigation. They use real
That's not how
acronyms.
people work.
Before anyone else. Wow.
Yeah.
Tim.
What about thirsty?
Oh, she
That's a good
thirsty.
one. That's a
Do
good
you know what
one.
thirsty
She
is?
wants to have sex with my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. But when people are thirsty, it means that they're like trying way too hard.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
desperate.
Like Kevin's
see.
thirsty to be part of this company.
Yeah.
No, Kevin was thirsty. Kevin was thirsty to help me finish those fucking cookies last week that you made that were amazing. Did we finish those? I ate like 4 of them when Noah was looking at a closet, ate the cookies. You looked away and I was like climbed in because you had them like hidden up in the thing, but I got
Or I
'em.
just store food there. But yeah, sure, they were hidden
Are they
away.
all gone?
Yeah.
What about turn?
Turn?
Turned.
Turned? Like that girl's gonna get turned out?
What's that mean?
Turned out? That means you're putting a girl out for to be a prostitute.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's not-
no.
That's a pimp term.
Yeah, you know that
You
term.
can't judge him for that. That's
I know, I like how you guys are like, oh my god, Nick just made a new term. That's horrible. I'm like, that's at least 10, if not 30 years old.
Yeah.
What does turned mean?
Turn.
This is the last one.
Okay.
How many you got more?
I mean, there's a couple more.
Like
yeah.
turned down for what?
Yes.
Turned.
Turned?
Turn with a T at the end.
Turned.
It's actually a term for being fucked up.
Like on drugs or illicit substances?
Or alcohol. It's like, man, I was turned last night. Like,
I mean, it's also though. I think it's equivalent to lit.
yeah, it is. Absolutely.
This place is turned.
It's almost the word that came before lit.
Yeah.
In fact, like 2014, I was saying turned a lot. And then lit.
And then 2015.
Lit up. And
It did, yeah.
now it's
It
lit.
took the crown.
It did.
I'm excited about this.
We got dough.
Dough.
DOE.
Dough?
Yeah.
No idea. I don't know. Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
It's like it's shortened of though. Like last night, somebody tweeted me that Fear the Walking Dead dough.
I prefer though, actually.
I like
dough is
dough.
fun.
It's
See,
cute.
but that's the problem. Tim didn't say it right. When you say it like that,
Well, you
like,
can-
all right, sure.
It's like a spelling bee. You're allowed to ask him to use it in a sentence.
Oh, okay.
I found these words on Huffington's posts. 5 words that are on fleek for 2015, and 5 that we literally can't with anymore.
Oh my god.
That's really
Literally can't's also. One
I
of the
literally
ones, but
can't.
That's a little self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that.
That was good. That was a good one.
You know, I don't think that this conversation definitely described cool words, but maybe not being cool. Because just if you say the cool words, that doesn't just make you cool.
I know.
Look when Nick says
We'll
them
figure out what the
sometimes.
headline is later.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, show us what you learned. Show us
I'll
what
show
you
you
learned.
guys what I learned right now. I'm gonna get some coffee later, dough,
And it's gonna be lit.
and it's gonna be not sus.
Then
But I can't guarantee that it'll be lit, Kevin.
No,
Can't
but that's the
guarantee
thing,
it.
though. It's
But
one or the other.
you'll
It
get-
might be turned down for what?
It'll get turned
I don't
because
know.
you put some
I know what it's turned down for.
liquor in it.
Bay?
It'll be good AF.
You want to be my bay? You'll be my bay from now
Yeah.
on, clock.
Then you'll get
Nick's
home and
been
turn out
there.
your wife.
No, I definitely won't do that. It's already the once a week has already happened.
Yeah.
Oh God, Nick,
Yeah.
what's your topic?
Am I taking it home? Is this the 4th topic?
You're the top. You're taking it home.
Oh, this is fun.
You're the anchor leg. We've passed the baton, and now you're just running.
It's great. I want to talk a little bit about. I want to revisit our kind of our talk that we do every 2-3 months about the current state of television. Specifically, when you have a wife, which none of
No.
you have.
I used to know that.
They sometimes like to do activities together. Now I know it is what it is, but I do it. One of the activities my wife likes to do is when it's award season, she likes to sit and watch the awards. Now, these awards have not gotten any shorter. In fact, I don't have any science behind this, and Kevin, maybe you can verify this for me. You don't have to on this one, actually. I don't care. They seemingly have gotten longer. And I watched the Emmy Awards yesterday. Not a bad show. But one of those things where you're like, why do we need these
Ratings were down.
anymore? You sort of look, and it's the same people that have been in the industry for so long. You're like, I don't know what's going on with that. But then I think back, and I'm like, is it just award shows in general? Because they had the Streamy Awards like a week ago.
Did you watch them?
I did not, but
See,
I
there
was
you go.
watching the channel. I was watching a movie on the channel, which I think was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And every 15 seconds, it was not Hannah Hart. Hannah Hart. No, not Hannah Hart. Who's the-
Grace?
Grace Helbig and Tyler Oakley, and was like, they're like, hey, we're hosting this thing, and I'm like, I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what I find. I want to watch this thing. I don't even know how that did at all. But do
Well,
you guys
the metrics are so much different for their success, right?
are they?
Because it was
Yeah.
streaming. And
I mean, one you're talking
Did they
about
do
Fox,
well?
and it's this thing that's gone on forever, and then the other's just streamies.
I don't know.
I have no idea how they did, but I'm sure they
and
did.
wasn't it on VH1?
Yeah, it was on
It was
VH1.
VH1,
Which
that's
makes
right.
it different because it's cable.
Yeah.
So I guess my question to you guys is like, where are you at with television right now? Because what I'm
Well, you
what
mean
I'm-
where are we at
we're
with
talking about
award
award
shows,
shows.
right?
Well, award shows in general, award shows. I'm sorry. Let me tie this back in. The Emmy Awards specifically are for TV, and I realized last night that I'm like, I don't watch any of these shows.
Sure.
I watch Game of Thrones.
Mad Men.
They won
I
everything.
watched Mad Men and Walking Dead, but even then, I don't have that thing I used to have. Whereas I'm not addicted to a show anymore. There's not one show. I'm not saying they're not bad. They're not good shows out there. For The Walking Dead's good. Game of Thrones is still good, but I don't like. I missed For The Walking Dead last night. I'm like, I'm okay
Oh,
if I don't
right, I
watch
couldn't-
it for like another week or two.
Oh, I
It
see
doesn't
what you're
really
saying.
matter
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me. I'm not addicted like I was to Lost or actually Lost is a perfect example. The first 2 seasons of Lost, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I'm in love with these characters, and I'm like genuinely worried for their safety, even though I'm a 26-year-old man who understands that this is a television show. I don't know. Are you guys addicted to anything right now? Is there anything on the horizon that you like? And
I mean, no.
Crack.
Game of Thrones still.
Yeah.
I like that.
And so, would you ever even come close to watching the Emmy Awards?
Well, so that's the thing. Like talking about award shows.
Yeah, stop jumping tracks. If we're talking about award shows, yeah, there's a whole bunch to say.
All right, well, let's talk about award shows.
Okay, yeah, they suck and they're stupid.
Okay.
I mean, like
Topic over.
The point of it, I think back in the day, and even with Oscars and all this other stuff, is the fact that I think that they're there as a method of discovery. This has won this award. You didn't know anything about it, and now, shows that are cleaning up and winning are shows you already know are great. So why do you fucking care about this?
I think it's just to give the people doing stuff credit.
I get that, and I like that. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the industry paying it back to each other. Of like, we are all in this together, and we think John Hamm is the best actor. That's awesome. But as somebody who just watches and consumes the content, I consume what I like already. I don't need tastemakers.
Yeah.
It's them struggling with what the world has become, and the fact that I get mad every Sunday when people start tweeting about Walking Dead 3 hours before I watch it because it's aired in New York. And I'm like, fuck, why can't I just get one AMC, or why can't I pay AMC right now to get it? Because I'd rather watch it right now than 9 p.m. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need the barriers to my content anymore. With the flip being the fact that movies are still different, right? Like, I still pay attention to what's winning the Oscars or whatever. I won't watch it because who the fuck wants to watch a fucking 4-hour award show anymore? But I'll pay attention to the winners and losers because it's not on demand, easy access, everything's right there. Instead, it's like, oh sure, what were the nominees? What won? When I see them come through Amazon Prime or Netflix in 8 years, I want to watch them.
My thing with award shows, whether it's music stuff, music videos like VMAs or Emmys or Grammys or any of the stuff, it's like I'm in it for very specific things. I want to see the random stupid shit people say or do.
Yeah.
I want to
Kanye.
No, yeah. I want to know the winners, and I wanted to see the music performances and whatever ridiculous set piece things they do, like the intros to the shows and like the end of it or whatever.
Production.
Like,
The
all the
entire
crazy
production,
production and shit. And it's like now there's this thing called BuzzFeed that you go to literally as the award show's happening, or better off, the next day, you read 3 articles that have GIFs or videos of all the things you need to see, and you're like, cool, I didn't waste 4 hours of my life. I wasted 5 minutes, and I'm good.
Yeah. Well, the internet has completely changed the viewing experience. Like, it's kind of ruled out TV. Like, you don't need TV anymore.
Right.
Everything's on your schedule now that there's the internet. I guess unless it's...
Not when you're married. No, you watch it live, and you watch it with all the commercials.
That's because it's a bonding experience. It's something for you guys to share.
And we had a good time.
You're not going over to play Metal Gear. She's not going to go read a book. You're doing something together, God damn it.
It was good. It was fun. It was actually relatively enjoyable, as they always are. They're never like amazing, right? But they're never, they're kind of just what they are, right? Andy Samberg hosted, and he was pretty funny.
He's a
I
funny
guess.
guy, yeah.
But it was just kind of all vanilla,
But I mean, that's the thing. What's so funny about award shows is like there's the moments where you get to see the people being real. It's cool seeing the Game of Thrones cast as people, just being people. Having said that, you don't see much of it because the majority of it is 2 people going up, reading off a teleprompter in some really weird thing that doesn't feel right, and then they show a montage of things, and then someone's awarded something. They give a speech that is replaceable with the next speech, and you just keep kind of moving along. It's like so cookie cutter.
Yeah.
But then that's why it's the moments that go outside of that are worth watching, because those are always fucking cool when people just go off the rails or like say shit or like people trip or like all the good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know.
In it for the tripping.
It's one of those things.
My question this morning on Colin Moriarty Live about this was like, are award shows going to be here in 5-10 years?
I don't think they will.
I think they will be, but I want to be. I mean, I think the footprint has to get smaller, right? Like, is that really something primetime TV needs to shell out $1 majillion for? No.
I mean, what's interesting to me is the fact that I don't think that any of that stuff necessarily matters. It's more, are people still talking about it? And yes, like
that's a good point.
We have things like Fashion Police and like all these different shows that are pretty much based on award shows. In addition to that, things like BuzzFeed, things like just random internet people that their sole job is making fun of things that are happening. It's like, this is just like, how many people live tweet the VMAs as they're happening, making the jokes they want to make or whatever. Even real comedians, though,
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just the way things are going. So whether they're streaming or online or on TV or both or whatever, I think they're going to keep happening. I think they're just going to change, just like everything else is changing. Will Walking Dead be on TV forever, or will it be on some streaming service? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like, it'll still be there.
Makes sense.
Who watches TV?
Not me.
I DVR a lot of stuff.
Okay, so you're the only active TV watcher here.
Once I'm active, I mean, I live in a household that's fairly active. My wife
have
obviously
cable
watches
TV?
a lot of Bravo. We have cable TV.
Okay.
We think every month we see the bill. We talk very heavily for about 5 seconds about whether or not we want to cut the cord. But I don't think we'll ever do that. It's so ingrained in who
Yeah.
I am that I need a cable connection, even though every night it's exactly the same. I turn it on. I flick through the 800 channels. There's nothing on. I go to Netflix. I spend about 35 minutes there curating my watch list. Don't watch anything. And then lately I've just been playing Metal Gear, which has been nice. Or yeah, I'll just go on the internet and just do whatever, go down that rabbit
Do
hole,
other stuff.
which for the most part is what it is. I think my wife gets out of them. Everyone gets something different. Like the same way you get the sort of those fun moments of like, what's Kanye West going to say, or is someone going to trip? My wife likes to look at the fashion. She likes to see people's choices, and she does like to kind of experience what you're talking about, which is how different are these people, are these actors from their characters that they play? Are they, like Peter Dinklage won last night, and it's cool. It's cool watching him talk.
He was like, "Fuck Bungie, fuck Nolan North."
Yeah, he was. That was the first thing out of his mouth. Then he thanked everyone. He proceeded to thank everyone. I don't know. It's. Back in the day, I used to love watching the Oscars. I never really cared about the Emmys because I'm not a big TV guy, and I still watch the Oscars every year. But it's that thing where I'm like, you can tell they're struggling, and you can tell that these award shows are trying to find a foothold in society, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to stay relevant in mainstream culture. And I mean, rack your brain. How is that going to happen?
It's funny you say this though. Like I feel like they're more relevant than ever.
Yeah, but the ratings are down year after year. Maybe for the Grammys, but for like the Emmys and for the Academy Awards, like. They're fighting to keep ratings up.
I mean, I
and
guess
they
that's the
haven't
thing.
been.
I guess there is a difference between it actually being successful as a thing and just people talking about it. But I think more people are talking about the Emmys than before. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, potentially.
With the internet and stuff, I never heard a single goddamn thing about the Emmys until
There was
maybe
that little
like
thing
3
next
years ago
on
when
Facebook.
when people on social media are talking about it. Like, Lord, no, I'm not watching the Emmys or any of this shit.
Sure.
But now people talk about it. VMAs, duh. Like, that was the thing. People watch that because you're watching MTV, and, like, that's what dumb kids do.
Well, that was our
Right.
thing, though. I remember feeling like that was the VMAs and the movie awards were like our award show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there was more goofy shit, and Will Smith was funny during the movie awards and stuff like that.
But now it's like I feel like VMAs and Emmys get equal footing in terms of
Will Smith is lit.
of,
Smith is
of
lit.
people.
Well,
like-
right. There was the sort of like you could kind of rank them, right?
Yeah.
Where like the Grammys were sort of on point, I would say, with the Emmys, but the Academy Awards to me are always like that's like the pinnacle of awards, right? If you win the Academy Award, you're like the bomb. And then somewhere down in the bottom is the ones for Broadway. I forgot the Tony Awards. Where you're like, I don't even think they televise those, and if they do, Hugh Jackman like always hosts because he's the only person that like
He's the only
is
guy.
notable and can sing. But yeah, I mean, I guess the VMAs, that's a perfect example. I'm like, I wouldn't think to watch the VMAs. I would think maybe to watch the Grammys, but the
But I feel like
VMAs
it's because
what-
we've aged out of that. Like when people were tweeting about the VMAs, I was like, oh, this is still a thing. I didn't even
But
know
I
this
mean,
was a thing.
everybody was tweeting about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's like the biggest thing is it's like I think more people are talking about any of these award shows now
Yeah.
than they ever were. So maybe the ratings are down, but I don't think that matters because more people are engaging with it.
The
Well,
social media footprint is up.
Yeah.
It
And,
only
like, that's
matters
a-
in so much as that one day they will not be able to physically mount them anymore because they don't have ratings enough to charge for the ads.
Yeah, but maybe they have ads that they're selling on their social media shit because everybody is hashtagging VMAs.
maybe,
You
maybe.
know? And like you see this, like, well, this is a perfect example actually. MTV for the VMAs, they partnered with Twitter to launch all the new weird Snapchat like features that they're adding to Twitter. So Miley Cyrus was like exclusively using all this new shit and whatever. And it's like that's how the money's being made.
That's true.
So things are just shifting. It's just
Oh,
changing.
interesting.
But,
But
it's
it's-
like these award shows aren't going anywhere.
But what about cultural relevance? Does it matter to you? Like, is it going to get you to watch a television show because it won Emmys? Does that even come close to factoring into your decision making?
No, but I think it does to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think all of these stupid awards, like, even though they're like totally, how are these decided? Who knows? Are they fake? Are they rigged? Is
no,
this whatever? It's
they're-
like all this shit.
They're real. They're voted on by the Academy of people who aren't you and me.
I mean, but that's the thing. Is it's like,
And I think
alright.
the Emmys and the I know for sure the Academy Awards you have to be you have to be a member of the Academy, which means you have to be in the industry to some degree. I have friends that are actors that are SAG that get to vote and they get screeners and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not normal people who just watch stuff like clicking a button like it probably should be to say like, and that's how you get really crazy movies that are very polarizing that win these things, or television shows that win these things. Like I remember American Hustle won, and I was like, I did not vibe with that film at all. But everyone thought it was the second coming of Christ, and I'm like, really? And it was up against some stiff competition in that year too. But yeah, I don't know. But I guess I just watch them because my wife likes them. She likes to watch the fashion, and then she immediately checks out afterward, and I'm stuck watching 3 hours of people who I've never heard of before who did the music for the new girl, and it's like, that's awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, they're doing great work and they should be honored, and they should be.
This is Robert's second nomination and his first win. As he's like, walking.
I also like that specifically to kind of make it, to keep the fun going. They're like, he wasn't, when he found out about this nomination, he wasn't wearing any pants. And you're like, okay, fun little tidbit. Thank you for that.
That made my night.
And that's the other thing too. Maybe to your point, is like, do we need it just to be an hour? Can it just be like, do we care about music? Do we care about wardrobe? Do we care about casting? Do we care about any of these things that, granted, all go, and I'm not taking anything away from the people that do these things. They all go into the creative process and are amazing. But don't we kind of just want to see who's going to win the Academy Award for Best Actor and Actress and Best Picture? You know,
but
like,
see, that's the problem. I mean, what's the point of them happening then? Because then you get things like the Video Game Awards a couple years ago, where everyone's like, "Oh my God, they didn't even talk about all these awards that are like, oh shit. I mean, why weren't those televised?" Then it turns into that whole thing of like, oh, at the Grammys, why wasn't the rap and hip hop thing televised? Like this, like why is that not where this thing is? And it causes all these fucking problems and stuff. If it's the awards, it should be the fucking awards.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem though, is they give out like the Academy Awards. They always have that one moment where they're like, and now let's take a look at,
and it shows a screen
awards
with like
that won
100
last
things.
night.
last night, and it's like a banquet room in like the Beverly Hills Hilton,
Oh my
and
God.
it's like everyone's in a tux, but it's hosted by like, you know, Jennifer Lawrence and one of the other Hemsworth brothers, and you're like, that's cool.
Why are you putting down Jennifer Lawrence? She's a hot
Oh
commodity.
no, who was
these
it? No,
days.
it was. I mean, they get good hosts for it.
Okay,
And
okay.
it's cool, but it's one of those things where it's like, damn, that's weird that they couldn't put these in. It's like best technological achievement, all
Sure,
these
sure,
amazing
sure,
things
sure,
that are going into filmmaking that you're like, you just don't think about. But where do you draw the line? And I think in order to make, you know, obviously they usually go a little bit longer, but they're scheduled for like 3 hours. So you're getting 3 hours of programming and what, so they can get their money back on those ads. And it's like, wouldn't it be better if it was like a really tight,
a brick.
A nice package.
package, you know, an hour and a half. That way you don't have to fill with the awkward, hey, those two people had way too much booze behind stage and started reading each other's teleprompter lines.
That's
See,
funny.
that's the good.
funny.
That's what I'm
I
talking
want.
about. Like,
I hate
I mean,
that.
like
It's
last
so
night
awkward.
at the Emmys, like the coolest moment that I saw was Amy Poehler and Amy Schumer just together. Why is that cool? Just because they're both named Amy.
No, Doug,
That's all I needed, though.
No, I like celebrating the industries as well. I find myself, I used to be really into it. I used to be like, oh, this is awesome, and now I don't think it's a matter of my age. I think it's a state of the industry, and this is kind of related back to my original question. Is that I think people are less in tune, no pun intended, with what's going on in television as it relates to cable, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think people are sitting there going, oh man, that guy really won the Saturday night or the Monday night primetime spot. You know, that show's the best. It's like, I don't know when anything's on anymore.
Right, no,
Who
no,
cares?
That's 100% correct. That's 100% correct.
And like in that regard, you know, and it doesn't matter to me if something won an Emmy, because most of the shows, I couldn't tell you how many Emmys Mad Men won. I just know I like that show, and I'm sad that it's gone, but ended fittingly, and it's cool. Also, I don't know if anyone wrote this or not, but was there a giant kerfuffle about the giant spoiler thing that they did on the Emmys yesterday? Did you guys see anything about that?
No, I watched YouTube clips today. I didn't see anything about this. What happened?
Holy shit. They were like, let's take a look at all the shows that have ended. And they showed how every single show ended.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I'm not talking
Fuck
about
you
like
for not watching it.
I'm not talking about like, oh, this is awesome. Like one of the characters like looking like they do with Mad Men. You know, the previous Mad Men were like, what is happening? You're
No,
not
no,
telling
it's
me
always
anything.
next time on Mad Men. Roger, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know, Joe. What would I do?
No, you're giving it
non-sequitur.
You're giving it way too much context. You say,
No,
what?
no.
I don't know. Huh? I'm scared. I'm pregnant. You know, you just it's like a bunch of just words. You're like, this is out of context. No, they showed like the end of Sons of Anarchy, like the last shot. And spoilers, a lot of people like die at the end of a lot of things of shows last year, and they showed all of them. They showed like 13 consecutive shots of like, I'm like, cool, I don't have to watch Sons of Anarchy. I don't have to watch anything on FX. They spoiled everything on that.
To be fair,
They showed they showed the last shot of Mad Men, which for Mad Men it doesn't matter because you're like, cool, he's just sitting in a yoga retreat in Big Sur. So I don't know what that means, but he smiles. So you're like, oh, he's happy. It was really weird. And December was like, let's take a look. And I'm like, oh my God, if Tim was watching this right now, and I did this, if I made that cut, Tim would be like, no, you can't do that. That's spoilers, man. There's too many. The internet's going to go
The
crazy
internet
with
would
that.
kill you.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Enjoyable, but I think they'll still be around. Yeah, but the interest is just whatever. It's
The
just
world's
casual.
changed.
It
It's
is.
time for them to change too.
Yeah. TV.
Andy Samberg, be the change you want to see.
He was funny.
Was he funny?
Yeah, he was pretty funny.
I saw today he was getting Variety was ripping him a new one.
Because
Because he
they
had to
need
be
to.
vanilla. He had to be
That's- yeah.
vanilla.
You could tell he had one or two jokes where I was like, okay, Sandberg wrote that joke. There was one specifically where he was I forget what show he was paraphrasing or he was making fun of, but he went up to the Emmy statue and like buried his head in its ass and he was like, "Look, I'm on I think like Orange Is the New Black or something like that," because I guess there was a scene like that and everyone's like, "Whoa, that's really racy," and I laughed my ass off because I was like, "That's clearly my kind of humor, lowbrow." But everything else was like, "Hey, did you see those white people win a lot of white things? That's great." That was it. That's as racy as it got.
Yeah, it was still some race. He was throwing race around. He was throwing shade.
He was turned
He was
bay.
probably
Splint.
Turnt Bay.
He was bricked.
This
Splint?
topic.
bricked.
Splint?
Did you say Splint?
Splint.
Splint's a good one too. We should get Splint to take
Oh,
off.
let's do splint.
What
I
does
didn't say
splint
splint.
even
I said a
mean?
bunch of words that kind of sounded like splint.
What would that even? You're being.
Well, so the word
What
splint.
about what if she's a good Splint? Like, or it can be anybody. Kevin's a good Splint.
Yeah.
And like he's supportive.
Yeah.
He helps me around.
Yeah, but you're using it the wrong way. You
Yeah.
would say that thing is splint.
It almost sounds a little.
Okay,
derogatory.
this iPad is Splint. This iPad helps me do the show.
Like clutch. It's clutch.
Yeah.
All right. Splint.
Splint.
It's clutch.
Splint is better than brick. Seems like it has more applications.
What about splint? It's a combination of Splenda.
This
and
topic
spent.
was brought to you by Loot Crate. Grimecraft, you familiar with Loot Crate?
I am.
Would you classify yourself as geek, gamer, or pop culture nerd?
All of the above.
Then Loot Crate is the subscription box for you. Loot Crate is a subscription box service with more than $40 worth of geek, gamer, and pop culture gear, collectibles, apparel, comics, etc. delivered to your mailbox every month. Make sure you head to lootcrate.com/kindafunny and enter the code kindafunny to save $3 on any new subscription. This month's theme is time, and quite appropriately, we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Back to the Future in the month and year Marty McFly travels to in Back to the Future 2, which is true.
It is.
I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's a pretty cool idea.
I was looking out for them on that day. What day was it? It was.
You just looked out your
15th,
window?
2015.
1985 or 2015.
The timeless appeal of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure and
Obviously.
the timey-wimey charm of Doctor Who for you nerds.
It's not 1955.
Basically, Loot Crate is God damn it, Nick. Basically, Loot Crate is like a friend who knows what you love and surprises you with an awesome present every month. Did we mention they shipped over 13 different countries too? You have until the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific to subscribe and receive that month's crate. And when the cutoff happens, that's it, Jack. It's over. I add Jack.
You
every
add the
time.
Jack.
I like him. I like to put my spin on it.
Yeah.
My little
little
thing.
something.
Loot Crate is Splint. Go to lootcrate.com/kindafunny and enter the code kindafunny to save $3 on your new subscription today. Thank you, Loot Crate, as always, for your sponsorship. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this. Thank you, Grimecraft, for coming in.
And thank you guys for letting me come in.
Remember, everyone go to anything.com/Grimecraft. You'll find them.
Or Twitch. Twitch is a good one.
Twitch is, what about SoundCloud? 'Cause you can go
SoundCloud,
there
yeah.
and get your music.
SoundCloud's where you get all my music for free. Twitch is where you watch me every Sunday at 7 p.m. PDT. For
You're
my
also
show.
a mod. You're in the Kind of Funny chat room quite a bit. Kind of Funny
Yeah.
games.
I'm a mod. I have a sword. And then, yeah, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter. I'm a pretty funny guy on Twitter, apparently.
I like you a lot.
So, yeah.
I mean, I like you outside of Twitter too. I'm just saying
Oh.
right there. You can buy Grimecraft stickers. How long have you had your hair like this that you have stickers that matter all that are?
Pretty much my entire life.
Oh, okay.
Well,
that's
except for
pretty
the
good.
dread time.
Except for the dread time. That's when, like,
Dread
I mean,
time.
dreads are just naturally what happened with my hair.
Mm.
Takes a little bit of effort for it not to dread up.
Mm.
I find dreads very often.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather around this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your amusement. If you like that, toss us a couple bucks over on patreon.com/kindafunny. You get every episode early. But if you have no bucks to toss, head to youtube.com/kindafunny, where we break the show up topic by topic, day by day, until we post the entire thing for free as an MP3 and video. Nick, you okay?
It's a nice iPad.
Oh, yeah, you were
That's
using
good.
my iPad for
Yeah,
the first
sorry, I
time?
was just looking at it for a second. I haven't.
Is this
messed
the
with
Pro?
No.
No, it's the Air. What is this?
Yeah,
the-
Air 2, Air 2.
Yeah, it's
iPad
nice. It's
Air?
got good.
Yeah.
It's got good
It's just the
action.
iPad.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah,
It's got good action. You know what I mean?
Whoa, it's
You're
Well,
not. You don't have a
you're
fingertip.
not- You don't have
turns
the
out.
finger.
Oh,
You're not a
damn.
human being.
a
Apparently, you're
vampire.
Splint.
Until
Not
next
Splint.
time, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Splint.